finished my degree last year. The Oklahoma Army National Guard reimbursed my tuition 100%.
Find out what the Oklahoma Army National Guard can do for you.
100.1 KYFM presents Owasso Rams Football 2021. Owasso Rams Football is brought to you by Christian Brothers Automotive, Wholesale Computer, Owasso, Caller Jewelry, Wings to Go, State Farm Insurance Agent Casey Miller, The Owasso Coffee Company, Duralast Roofing by Molly Jordan, Waterstone Cleaners, Shepherd Tech, State Farm Insurance Agent Robert Long, Folds of Honor, The Hopper Group, Executive Home, by the Glover Auto Family, by Keith Tew Insurance, by Federal Communication Credit Union, Tulsa Bone and Joint, Ascension St. John, Trails Inn Barbecue, by TTCU, by St. Francis Hospital, and First Bank of Owasso. With a preview of tonight's game and tonight's opponent, let's take you to the stadium with Jared Gallagher and the voice of the Owasso Rams, Steve Bowery. 1, 2, 3.
It's hard to believe it, but the final week of regular season football has arrived, and high school programs across the state of Oklahoma are making their final tune-ups. For some, they'll walk onto the gridiron arm in arm with their mom and dad for the final time in their playing careers. Years of blood, sweat, and hard work are laid out across the turf one final time, and they'll return to the locker room with only memories to cherish the rest of their lives. But for others, this is the final stepping stone before the real season begins, before it's one and done, before the real road to a gold ball. That's the Owasso Rams, who are looking for a big night against a district foe on their way to the playoffs. Hello, friends. Jared Gallagher with you as we welcome you into the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth here at Pirate Stadium in War Acres, Oklahoma, where the Owasso Rams invade Putnam City High School. The Rams enter this Week 10 matchup with a 7-2 record and look to improve on that record with a victory here tonight. The Pirates of Putnam City are 3-6 on the year and are looking for their first victory here at Pirate Stadium all season long. It's perfect football weather here on the west side of Oklahoma City, and we're about 25 minutes from kickoff in this Class 6A1 District 2 matchup. When we come back, we'll talk with Rams head coach Bill Blankenship about tonight's game as the Rams look to spoil senior night here at Putnam City High School. Stay tuned for that and more here on the Owasso Ram pregame show on 100.1 KYFM.
I started Folds of Honor above my garage 13 years ago because 90% of spouses and children of killed or disabled U.S. service members receive no federal education assistance. Our mission has never wavered. We honor their sacrifices by educating their legacy.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to you, I will be a construction engineer,
An elementary school teacher. Thank you for helping me fulfill my dream of going to med school.
We're able to award these scholarships because patriots like you refuse to turn your back on the cost of freedom. Join the Folds of Honor Squadron today. Your $13 a month will help ensure we never turn military families away. This is your call to duty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to people like you, I know my dad is not forgotten.
In the past 7 years, First Bank of Owasso has invested over $400,000 in Owasso Public Schools. This includes funds for athletic and academic teams, classroom materials, and support for our teachers. Discover the First Bank of Owasso difference by visiting one of their 3 convenient Owasso locations or by visiting firstbank.net. First Bank of Owasso, member FDIC. Executive Homes is proud to introduce Owasso's premier neighborhood, Presley Hollow. Located on 76th Street and 148th East Avenue, Presley Hollow features the area's best amenities, including 2 pools, basketball court, state-of-the-art playground, clubhouse, and 2 ponds. Starting just above $300,000, each home in Presley Hollow is loaded with premium finishes and always available at a guaranteed price. Visit executivehomes.com for more information. Hello, Ram Nation. This is Coach Blankenship. We're proud to have a winning tradition here in Owasso, both on the field and off. And as we strive for excellence, our partners at Jim Glover, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat strive for excellence also. And that's why they're this year's Dealer Raiders Dealer of the Year. With the region's only Jeep showcase store, Jim Glover Jeep focused specifically on the Jeep lifestyle. So if you're in the market for a Jeep, there's only one place to go, and that's Jim Glover here in Owasso. Don't forget, they can customize your Jeep to fit your lifestyle. Tell them Coach B sent you.
Ascension St. John ER care teams are here for you with strong safety measures in place to protect you and your family. If you have concerns about a heart attack, stroke, difficulty breathing, or a severe mental health condition, don't delay care. Go directly to the ER or call 911. Delaying care could make your condition worse and make it more difficult to recover. Ascension St. John Emergency Care is available 24/7. Find a location at getstjohncare.com.
When chip happens, it's a good thing. That's because Chip Shepard with Shepard Technologies is the #1 computer repair and IT technician in Owasso. With expertise in firewall technologies, network design, server administration, and computer networking, Shepard Technologies is the answer to your tech needs. For more information, request a quote today, whenchiphappens.com.
Welcome back to the Bill Blankenship Show, powered by First United Mortgage, where the Owasso Rams are preparing for their final regular season game of the 2021 season, a road trip to the west side of the Oklahoma City Metro, where the Rams will tussle with the Putnam City Pirates. Coach Blankenship, this is just the second meeting all time between Owasso and Putnam City Putnam City High School. The Rams taking the first meeting last season by a score of 28-0. What do you remember from that game last year?
Well, they stressed us. I will just tell you that. They were a team coming in, hadn't won a lot of games, and didn't back down a bit. Carter Whitson is their coach. Carter played over at Broken Arrow for his dad when his dad was coaching over there, and as an OU quarterback.
Right,
played there and a holder and so forth, and had a great career. He's got a guy that might be familiar to some of the folks over there. Rufus Alexander is defensive coordinator. So there's a big OU connect there, and he gets those guys to play hard. They're going to be dropping back down into 6A2 next year, and what I think you're going to see is these guys really wanting to make one last run at knocking off one of the big boys, and this will be senior night. They're very talented. They've got a quarterback back that can fly. They'll run a little option and throw the ball. They've got skilled players on offense and defense that can run. They're not a big matchup for us physically, but speed-wise and athletically, they're the kind of guys that can win individual battles and embarrass you in a moment or two if you take it lightly.
3-6 on the season are the Pirates, 1-5 in league play, and interestingly enough, Coach, they're winless at home this season, so that's something to watch out for. Like you said, that's not to say they don't have talent and unbelievable athleticism. Their starting quarterback is definitely one we'll have to watch out for. He just fills up the stat sheet.
Yeah, absolutely, and he can do a little bit of everything. He was playing last year, so he's a veteran. He's probably, I think he's a senior. So I'm assuming he's going to be really, pretty motivated to go out on a good note. But the guy can run and create, and he's got the kind of arm that can flick it way downfield, once you hem him in. So we can't let guys go. We've got to stay in coverage. And what we've really got to do is get our defensive front linebackers to keep him in the pocket, not let him escape.
The Rams, Coach, are 7-2. 3-1 on the road. It has to feel like we've been traveling to the other side of the state. Seems like every week this season. Hopefully, after this one, we've got at least one more in us. It just feels like we've been on the buses for forever all season.
Well, when we started on the road at Edmond Santa Fe in 0 week, and so that's an additional road game that we don't normally have. And then in our district, we're going to get 4 on the road most of the time. So we've been to the city quite a bit. This will be our last trip over there. Most likely we're going to be at Broken Arrow first round of the playoffs on the road, but it's not quite the same as driving across the state. So we've got to get everything packed up one more time, and let's get this thing going.
Final game of the regular season, what's your message to your team?
Well, we always talk about the playoffs as there's a method to it. It's get in, get hot, and win your last game. Well, we're in by virtue of our win last week versus Moore. We secured the third place spot. That's done. So we're not playing for that. What we're playing for now is to continue the hot streak. Played really well last week. Played really well in the fourth quarter against Mustang. Now we need to play another 4 quarters, and that way we've got a catalyst moving into the playoffs of playing at a high level and playing good, clean football.
Let's take another short break. When we come back, we'll chat more about Owasso's next opponent, the Putnam City Pirates. You're listening to the Bill Blankenship Show, powered by First United Mortgage on 100.1 KYFM.
Tulsa Bone & Joint Owasso is proud to support the Owasso Rams. With Dr. Caleb Nunley and Dr. Jason Griffin serving as team physicians, and Destry Millsap and Zach McGinning serving as athletic trainers for the team, the Rams are in good hands with Tulsa Bone & Joint. Our office is conveniently located inside St. John Owasso Physician Building and ready to care for you and your family. Tulsa Bone & Joint Owasso, moving life forward.
Hello, Owasso. This is Ray Adcock with Christian Brothers Automotive, and we just want to say thank you for supporting us as a local business. I know for our family, we own a business here, we live here, we go to church here. All 4 of our kids are in school here. And when we shop, we always consider to try to spend our money in town. We go to restaurants that we know are owned by people from Owasso, and if we leave town to get gas, we drive back on fumes to buy gas here because we want to keep that money in the Owasso School District. And recently we had a hailstorm that damaged our roof. We chose a roofer that, based on the owners from Owasso, the business is based in Owasso, and so we're always trying to keep it local. And so we just want to say thank you. We know a lot of you guys are doing the same thing to help support us. When it comes time to service your vehicle, if something breaks or just to do the maintenance, we would appreciate your consideration. We just want to say thank you, and we love being a part of Owasso.
Back to school times here again. Randy here with Wholesale Computer Supply, your locally owned and operated computer superstore. We have everything you need for back to school computing or working from home. Save up to $100 on laptops and desktop computers now. Want to be 25% more productive while working from home? We have a solution with a dual monitor setup for under $150. 3 locations to serve you better: East Tulsa, Midtown, and Owasso at 96th Street North and Garnett. Wholesale Computer Supply, where we'll do all we can.
The Rams are our hometown team, and Johnny Kohler Jewelry is your hometown jeweler. Our team can design the next custom piece of jewelry, or come in to shop popular brands and estate pieces, or for a quick watch battery change or complimentary cleaning. No matter what you need, John E. Kohler Jewelry has the right play for you. As your hometown jeweler, we love to see the Owasso Rams win under Friday night lights. Come by and meet our winning team at John E. Kohler Jewelry Designs, and we'll make every visit a touchdown.
State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller are proud to support the Owasso Rams in their pursuit of excellence, both on and off the field. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, or even pet insurance, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Go Rams!
Whether you're looking to purchase a new home, build, refinance, or renovate, or your local mortgage resource. As part of a 100-year-old bank, First United Bank Mortgage is here to help you spend life wisely. Reach out to J.D. Doris or Jason Karn of First United Bank Mortgage today for further information. 918-408-4991. J.D. Doris is a licensed lender in Oklahoma, NMLS number 469266. Jason Karn is a licensed lender in Oklahoma, NMLS 469129. First United Bank is a licensed lender in Oklahoma and Texas, NMLS number 40025. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. All loans subject to program guidelines and final underwriting approval. Not all applicants qualify. Information and pricing are subject to change at any time and without notice.
Wings to Go at Owasso can be described as simply great wings. Wings to Go at Owasso is located on 129th, just up from Home Depot. Wings to Go is a proud supporter of the Owasso Rams and all of the Owasso community. Friday special, chicken tenders. Got to check them out. They are delicious. Boneless special on Wednesdays. Come on in. You can check out the menu on wingstogo.com. Stop in before the game, grab Wings to Go, or bring the family and enjoy simply great wings with us at Wings to Go, Owasso.
Welcome back to the Bill Blankenship Show, powered by our friends at First United Mortgage, where the 7-2 Owasso Rams are at Putnam City High School this Friday night. And, Coach, we didn't have a chance to reflect last week on how special, especially after last year, how special of a year it's been in terms of fan support, seeing the stadiums filled up. Now, I know, a couple weeks ago was our final game at Owasso Stadium. Take a moment and reflect on that, what that's meant to you in terms of, fan support, parental support. I mean, it takes an entire family to make this work for these student athletes. And then also, what is needed as we're moving into the playoffs?
Well, Jared, I appreciate you really slowing me down enough to think about that. One of the things that I have not taken for granted, but we haven't done a good job of expressing it, is how much we appreciate having a full stadium, how much we appreciate getting to play in front of fans.
Right.
For however many 30-something years, and we did take that for granted.
Right, you didn't think twice about it.
Yeah, and then 2020 came, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness, just playing a game is one thing, but getting to experience the game. And so I really regret that our kids a year ago, especially those that graduated, didn't get the whole experience. We got to play, and I'm very thankful to all the administration and the people that let that happen. But boy, getting back home and having everybody there, having the band and our cheer and pom squads and dance, I mean, everything, man, it's different here.
Right.
So when we started with that Patriot Bowl and we got the flyover and the, everybody, it's a packed house, all of a sudden you go, man, that's what we've been missing. What goes on behind the scenes that most nobody sees is all the work done by some key people in our booster club.
Sure.
Our kids from the 8th grade up are getting fed before every game, and most of the time they're playing 2 games a week. So the food is getting out to our kids and delivered, and drinks and parents. The organization that has to happen for all that to take place is immense. And we have an incredible group of parents that volunteer to be a part of our booster club that do all that. And we couldn't do what we get to do without them. So moving forward, we've made it tough on ourselves because we're going to have to be on the road a little bit. But our folks have showed that that's never slowed us down.
Sure.
And so we gotta get going. And so the booster club is still up and running, and the parents are up and running, the crew for the run through, all that stuff that helps us to make these memories so special for our kids.
Yeah, and I know there are programs around the state, Coach, where the head coach is having to deal with logistics and things. That's got to be so nice for you to be able to focus just on your game plan, your student athletes, and let, probably the best booster club in the state deal with those logistics, and best athletic department in the state for that matter. I mean, deal with the logistics of busing and food and equipment and all of that so you can focus on the game.
I don't have to go sell it. I don't have to go beg. I don't have to go. I get a call every week that says, Coach, how many meals do you need for the JV game? How many meals do you need for the pregame? How many meals do you need getting ready to get on the bus? I get other people that are like, how many will you have in your traveling party, because we want to feed them after the game?
Right.
We got people doing every piece of this. It's an amazing adventure that we've kind of gotten to be a part of for the last 5 years, and I just don't think folks have any idea all that goes on. I get to wear the head coach hat, and I get to act like this is my show.
Right.
And it's not my show. We've got so many people helping. It's unbelievable to make us look good and to make us do well. And, our staff and I are incredibly thankful to get to be at Owasso and work for a guy like Zach Duffield and administration like we have, and the support. We just don't take that for granted. So thank you for slowing me down enough just to say thank you as we get
Of
ready
course.
here at the end of the season.
Of course, it takes a village for sure. Coach, this is the final week to fine-tune things before a playoff run. What are you looking for? And finally, what are your keys to victory this Friday night?
Well, the biggest issue we continued to have last week with our offense is we still put the ball on the ground. We fumbled 3 times, lost 2 of those. Our receivers are making big plays, but we've got to do better with their ball security when they're carrying the ball. In most cases, in fact, both of them, Keelan and Cole were trying to get more yards. And I love the effort. I love them stretching and straining and doing all that, but that's when you're most at risk to lose the ball. A little tidbit, Derek Overstreet lost the ball, got it back, and we believe that was the first fumble this year by a running back.
Really?
And so we've actually taken care of the ball pretty well there, and we just don't want that to get contagious.
Sure.
And we'll just continue to get better. Defensively, we've still got to get more pressure up front. The quarterback got out of the pocket a couple of times last week. They're good at that, but so will the guy from Putnam City. He'll be really good at that. We have got to get pressure, keep him hemmed in, and finish tackles.
Coach, thank you as always, and best of luck against the Putnam City Pirates.
All right. Thanks, brother. We'll do it again next week.
That'll do it for us for this week's edition of the Bill Blankenship Show. We'd like to say a special thank you once again to our good friends J.D. Doris and Jason Karn at First United Mortgage for their support of the Bill Blankenship Show. Join us again Friday night as the Owasso Rams travel to Putnam City High School. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock. We'll bring you the call live on 100.1 KYFM at 6:30. Until then, thanks to Coach Blankenship and Joe Riddle back at the station. I'm Jared Gallagher, and you're listening to the Bill Blankenship Show, powered by First United Mortgage on 100.1 KYFM.
On today's edition of Owasso Rams Trivia, the category is food. Now, for our first question, what are the 4 food groups?
Milk, meat, fruit, and bread.
That's correct.
Wait, everyone in Owasso knows that Charlie's Chicken Chunks are so good. They might as well be their own food group.
Judges, are the chicken chunks at Charlie's that good? That settles it. Go see for yourself at Charlie's Chicken on 76th Street, just east of Highway 169. Molly Jordan, a Keller Williams Premier Agent in Owasso, is not only a huge fan of Owasso athletics, Molly is also a huge supporter of everything Owasso. Molly has been selling homes and properties in Owasso for a long time and understands this market. Call Molly Jordan or find her on Facebook. Call her at 918-520-6015 today. Go Rams. Let's have a winning season in Owasso and call Molly Jordan. Score a touchdown with Owasso Computer Repair. Whether you need computer repair, upgrades, or general cleanup, Owasso Computer Repair can assist you with all your needs. For more information, visit owassocomputerrepair.com. Go Rams! Jeff and Shelley Waters of Waterstone Cleaners in Owasso and Tulsa are proud supporters of Owasso Athletics. Waterstone Cleaners has served this area since 2006, and they love all things Owasso. They offer dry cleaning and full laundry service at Waterstone Cleaners. Stop by the Owasso location at the corner of 96th and Garnett. In Owasso, go Rams!
Wherever you are in eastern Oklahoma, you're never far from a Warren Clinic location. As part of St. Francis Health System, the area's largest healthcare network, Warren Clinic has more than 90 locations in the area, providing comprehensive health care for adults and children. From primary and specialty care to urgent care and physician video visits, Warren Clinic and St. Francis are here to keep you and your whole family healthy. To connect with the care you need, call 918-488-6688 or visit stfrancis.com.
Seems like every game and app and service wants to charge you a fee. Monthly fee, usage fee, delivery fee. So how about a checking account that pays you, huh? Then remember this. You get paid on every Visa debit transaction with PayMe Checking from Communication Federal Credit Union, online, in apps, or in stores. Last year, our members earned over $240,000 in paybacks with PayMe Checking. Get paid instead of paying. Communication Federal Credit Union. Some restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
good evening, and welcome to the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth here at Pirates Stadium in War Acres, Oklahoma. It is the Owasso Rams taking on the Putnam City Pirates here in Week 10 of the Oklahoma high school football season. Jared Gallagher with you, and Steve Mowry in the booth getting cozy here tonight. And Steve, would like to welcome you in. The Rams are 7-2 on the year, 4-2 in district play, and this game is, like we said, the final game of the regular season before we head to playoffs.
A really big, exciting game for the Owasso Rams here tonight, the final regular season game, as you mentioned. And you want to finish on a high note. The Rams have got third place locked in the district, but certainly you want to continue to build momentum as you get ready to go into the playoffs. We've had an opportunity to see a lot of our younger guys inserted into ball games, as well as some of the guys that have been hurt. Want to get them some reps here tonight against a ball club that could be fairly dangerous in the Putnam City Pirates.
Bill Blankenship, head coach of the Owasso Rams in his 5th season at the helm, 51-9 is his record. 27 senior seasons overall, 267 wins, and that's a pretty good clip for the legendary Bill Blankenship. Here, just the second time these two programs have met all time, Steve. Last year was the first meeting at Owasso Stadium. It was a 28-0 victory for the Owasso Rams. Again, not a whole lot of history between these two programs, but two head coaches that are pretty knowledgeable with one another.
Yeah, you got Carter Whitson over for the Pirates. He was a young man that played for the Shawnee Wolves for his dad, Brent Whitson, who was the head coach, and then took the job at Broken Arrow. And Coach Whitson actually ended up playing at OU before moving to UCO. He's had a couple of other coaching opportunities as well. A tough week for him, Jared, as he lost his grandfather. So I know we certainly want to send our condolences out to Coach Whitson and his family. I think he's got this program on the right track.
Definitely.
It's just going to take some time to build it here for the kids to buy into the program against a school that one time had a proud history in football. Not as much success lately, especially as we've gone to 6A1, but certainly I think he's a guy that can get this program going back in the right direction. We just hope it's not tonight.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I believe when we were talking with Coach Blankenship before the game, he mentioned they're moving. I think they're flip-flopping with Bixby. Bixby's moving up.
So they'll get
Putnam City's moving down to 6A2. Moving down is tough. They're moving into 6A2. It's still Class 6A, but that's right. Carter Whitson, I believe, in his second year here at Putnam City High School. You mentioned he was coached by his father, Brent Whitson, who won a state title at Shawnee in 2003, I believe it was, then moved on to BA, where he was there for 3 or 4 seasons. I had to write this down because it's one of my all-time favorite quotes, and you'll get a kick out of this as well. After Coach Whitson was done, Brent Whitson, that is, was done at Broken Arrow, had parted ways. He said, "I was always curious about why the largest school in the state had never got it done in football. That curiosity has been satisfied."
Yeah, well, by a lot of coaches, not just him.
That's absolutely right.
There's been several coaches that have come through there, and boy, that all goes back to the Big Four in Tulsa County, and BA's just one of those schools that was tough. He did go down to, I believe, Denton, Texas, is where he is, and has been very successful there coaching. He actually was at Grand Prairie and moved up to Denton to be closer to his son Carter. So all in the family.
That's right. The Putnam City Pirates 3-6 on the season, 1-5 in district play, and interestingly enough, Steve, have yet to win a ball game here at home. So that's an interesting note that we found. 0-4 at home this season. But again, Coach Whitson, Carter Whitson, good lineage. As you mentioned, former Oklahoma quarterback, University of Oklahoma quarterback. Has learned obviously under his coach, under his father, who's won some state titles, Kevin Wilson, who was at Oklahoma at the time. He was now the offensive coordinator at Ohio State, but Coach Whitson was at Indiana with Kevin Wilson for a while. Also learned under Jay Norvell, who is now the head coach at Nevada. So a good lineage there for Coach Whitson.
Yeah, and Carter Whitson has some pretty good guys on his staff as well, with some considerable playing experience as well.
You can say that, absolutely. Obviously, Rufus Alexander is the defensive coordinator here tonight. But Steve, let's get into our Christian Brothers Automotive drive to the game as let's take a break. Let's take a 1-minute break here for our national anthem. You're listening to the Owasso Ram pregame show on 100.1 KYFM.
John E. Kohler Jewelry is your hometown jeweler. Our team can design the next custom piece of jewelry, or come in to shop popular brands and estate pieces, or for a quick watch battery change or complimentary cleaning. No matter what you need, John E. Kohler Jewelry has the right play for you. As your hometown jeweler, we love to see the Owasso Rams win under Friday night lights. Come by and meet our winning team at John E. Kohler Jewelry Designs, and we'll make every visit a touchdown.
State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller are proud to support the Owasso Rams in their pursuit of excellence, both on and off the field. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, or even pet insurance, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Go Rams!
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive broadcast booth as we are at Pirate Stadium in Oklahoma City. The Rams getting set for kickoff with the Putnam City Pirates. And Steve, now we can get back into the Christian Brothers Automotive drive to the game. Another long drive over here to the west side. Fourth time we've had to make this drive this season.
Yeah, you got over here earlier than I did.
I did,
and
yeah.
So
in fact, my office is about a mile and a half away. So
you got over real earlier. Well, good to know. I could have used a little inside info would have been helpful there.
Right.
So, no, I didn't get out quite as early as you did. Some things held me back in Owasso. Got down the turnpike, and not a bad drive over, Jared. It was heavy traffic that late in the afternoon, getting out of Tulsa, coming down the turnpike, and the sun now, where it's positioned in the west, I'm just going to tell you, it was a little challenging with road vision coming all the way through. I will send out a public service announcement, though. If you are driving the speed limit in the left-hand lane on the turnpike and there's nobody around, get over in the right lane. And I certainly don't understand the language of truckers whenever they decide to pass on a hill. But outside of that, a good drive over and really a pleasant evening out here on the field. Perfect football weather.
It really is. Christian Brothers Automotive keeps you rolling with expert maintenance and repair. Go see our friend Ray Adcock and his team at Christian Brothers Automotive on the corner of 96th and Garnett in Owasso. That is our Christian Brothers Automotive drive to the game. And Steve, hopefully we've got one more drive over here to the west side, and that obviously hopefully is in December.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. A lot of work to do along the way, Jared, now that the Rams are in third place, looking to be on the road next week in all likelihood at Broken Arrow, another Blankenship Bowl, if you will. And there's a lot of football, but now that the Rams unable to take that second place spot with Owasso, BA, Jinx, and Union, and you've also got a couple other schools here on the east side, Mustang and Edmond Santa Fe, throwing their name in the mix. Should be an interesting playoff.
Absolutely, and I'm sure we'll talk playoff scenarios here further along in the evening. But let's get to our uniform report, brought to you by Stone Canyon Living Magazine, as we get set for the coin toss.
Well, the Rams in their road whites with the red numerals, double stripe down the sides, and the traditional Ram red helmet with the white horns, and of course the Ram uniforms this year with the players' last names on the back, looking sharp.
Oh, looks so
here
good
on the road. A very clean look for the Rams as they come out onto the field carrying the American flag to lead them out as the captain's meeting at midfield.
Thank you to Stone Canyon Living Magazine for providing our uniform report tonight. Rediscover nature and redefine home at www.stonecanyonliving.com. Now, Steve, talking about our Kohler Jewelry keys to victory here tonight, when we were talking with Coach Blankenship, he's still not completely satisfied with the amount of times the Rams are giving the ball up. And I know a lot of those are extra effort plays. We saw two of them last week, extra effort plays. Interestingly enough, he mentioned this earlier, Derek Overstreet fumbled the ball once last week, got it back, but to his knowledge, that is the first fumble loss, or first fumble period, by a running back for Owasso this season. So very good ball control in the backfield. Those wide receivers we're seeing on those extra effort plays sometimes giving the ball up.
Yeah, you got to make sure you've got ball control, and those are the standards, making mistakes of limiting your penalties. I think tonight, Jared, and you and I had the opportunity to join Coach Blankenship at his breakfast club at Trails Inn Barbecue there Wednesday morning. I think getting more specific into some of the things we want to see right now, limit the mistakes and the turnovers. I mean, that's like buying a vowel on Wheel of Fortune. Those are the obvious ones. But number one, I think you want to be physical, come out and try to take control of the trenches. Also, you want to start fast. Rams have shown the ability to do that, but they've really shown the ability to let the other ball club start fast. So special teams, I think, need to come into play tonight. But I think the thing I learned from Coach Blankenship the other day is we want our guys to continue to not follow the eye candy, the misdirection and thing, and to read their keys. You know, the Rams had a great game last week in that victory down at Moore. But I think we see things when we're watching film that we don't typically see. And so making sure our guys maintain their assignments, not just offensively, but defensively as well. So hopefully that'll be an area they can grow here tonight.
Our Kohler Jewelry Keys to Victory are brought to you by John E. Kohler Jewelry Designs. Go see John and his team on the Owasso Expressway at Tyan Plaza. And finally, as we get set for kickoff quickly, our starting lineups by Spotlight 918. Let's do this quickly because we're getting
ready for
close to kickoff.
So defensively, the Rams will start with Chris McClellan, Michael Jamerson, Tyler Rich, and Gage Smith up front. The linebackers will be Jake Clifton, Brody Doris, and Braden Foster. Also see Kel Pennington and Aiden Lewis in there. The corners will be Brandon Ramsey along with Corbin Green, along with Chance Milgate and Khalid Boatwright. And your safeties tonight will be Jake Adams and Cody Chase. When the Rams come out on offense, it'll be Nolan Ackenhausen at left tackle, Rhett Fultz at left guard, Tyron Collins at center, Jacob Smitty at right guard, Ryan Case at right tackle, and your wide receivers will be Cole Adams, Ronnie Thomas, Keelan Carney, Jeray Austin, and your running backs Derek Overstreet and Emery Neely. At the quarterback will be Austin Havens and Mason Willingham. High onside kick a deep kick, fumbled at the 10-yard line, picked up there by the receiver, and he's going to be met rudely at about the 14-yard line, and that's where Putnam City will take over 1st and 10 here in this first quarter. Brought to you by Bailey Ranch Golf.
I'll tell you what, Steve, that's the second week in a row we've seen the opening kickoff muffed a little bit. Made me a little nervous there for a second, but the Rams look like they have made some adjustments looking at game film from last week and did a great job on coverage there.
Yeah, the ball bounced off the receiver, the kickoff returner, if you will, and Rams 4 or 5 white shirts right there in the area. So they'll actually spot it at the 10-yard line, 1st and 10. Putnam City going right to left on your radio dial. Shotgun snap, it's a quarterback sneak right up the middle, and the quarterback able to get about 5 on the play. I think we saw a late flag over by the 10-yard line. It appears to be a procedure call against Putnam City. Well, apparently not. I thought he was given the procedure flag, so it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Pirates.
And Steve, quarterback tonight for the Pirates, number 7, Marcellus Hawkins. He is a senior, and the entire offense runs through him. And I know that's easy to say as a quarterback, but you'll see.
And there is a flag this time. I did see it here on the near side, so the play is stopped. That'll go against the Rams, probably an offside. And they're going to mark the 5 yards off against the Rams. That'll move the ball outside the 25-yard line, so it'll be a 1st down for the Pirates. They've run one offensive play, gained 5 yards, and they're already with a 1st down.
Steve, another thing Coach Blankenship brought up was continue the pressure up front, keep the quarterback hidden in the pocket. That's one thing Owasso's done well, of getting into the backfield, but letting the quarterback get out of the pocket, scramble, and gain yards.
Hawkins in the pocket. He's flushed out to his right, and he's under pressure by Chris McClellan. Hawkins just throws the ball down to the ground, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. But there we see the influence and the chaos that Chris McClellan causes off that left defensive inside. And Jared, I've said it all year, some people go, well, we don't see his numbers. I go, because they're throwing 2 and 3 guys at him, okay?
That's right, and that is Chris McClellan's team-leading 11th quarterback hurry of the season.
Hawkins on the option, pitches to the running back, out toward the 30-yard line. Great tackle by Jake Gillespie coming up from his safety position, and that had an opportunity to gain some yardage, but the Jake Gillespie, who has come in for the injured Cody Chase, with a nice tackle.
Great job to snuff that out. Jake Gillespie, open field tackle. That's his 13th tackle of the season. Coming in late and getting some really good playing time here late in the season. You got to like what you see from Jake Gillespie.
Jake, just a sophomore, but he's been thrown here into a starting role. Now Hawkins with a single back behind him. Now he'll look to the sideline for the play.
Third down, watch for pressure here.
Trips to his right. Coach Whitson signals in the offensive play call. Now moves the running back to the left. They're going to just run to the left. Hawkins coming around the left side. Good contained by the Rams. Hawkins gets a bit physical as he runs over one of the linebackers. It's going to be close to a Putnam City first down. From our vantage point, Jared, it looked like he may have gotten the spot.
He did.
We're going to say move the chains.
It was a good fall forward. You don't often see somebody running over a guy like Jake Clifton very often, so you're gonna have to respect this quarterback, and definitely his legs coming out of the pocket tonight.
Haven't seen him throw the football yet, except for the one he threw in the ground under pressure. So it'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 36-yard line. Hawkins again with trips to his right. Single running back. Hawkins is just going to run up the middle again. He's got room on the left side. He's going to have a gain of about 8 or 9 on the play. And right now, they're just playing simple football, hike it and run.
Braden Foster leads the team in total tackles with 61 on the season. That is his 62nd tackle, but 8 yards there from the quarterback, Marcellus Hawkins.
So it'll be 2nd and 2 on the play. Hawkins again with the handoff up the middle. And they're going to be able to push forward enough for another first down. 3 first downs on this drive as they spot the ball at the Pirate 47-yard line. Dontrell Harrison on the carry. And Jared, they're not doing anything fancy, but just running right at us.
Yeah, and you've seen it twice now. Marcellus Hawkins just kind of hit the hole. As soon as he gets the ball, just draws it straight up the middle. And that's one thing the Rams are going to have to watch out for, because that hole can get wide open if he's able to get back behind the linebackers.
Again, Hawkins with the run, pitches to his right. Harrison on the run to the outside. He's going to be tackled by Gillespie again. Maybe he got 2 yards on the play, but Gillespie was able to come up and make the hit again from his safety position and then got help from his friends. They'll give him 3 on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 7.
And that's one thing we've seen, Steve, is teams have tried to outrun the Rams laterally, and generally that's going to work out well for the Rams. What you got to watch out for is this quarterback coming right up the gut.
2nd and 7 from the 49-yard line, and the Rams, they jumped for a moment, but I guess not into the neutral zone before we were ready. So Hawkins looks to the sideline, empty backfield. Hawkins steps back, throws to his left, has his receiver, that was the running back, but met immediately. That was Brandon Ramsey Jr., and when Brandon Ramsey doesn't have to cover a star wideout, he is great in run support as he was on that short pass.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandon Ramsey's going to win that every time.
So really no gain on the play, maybe 1. The ball spotted at midfield, 3rd and 7. The Ram defense with an opportunity to get off the field. Hawkins with the snap, empty backfield, he's under pressure. They throw the screen, but it's covered brilliantly by the Ram defense once again. Corbin Green here on the near side, all over the receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down, and interesting play call here, Jared. You're at midfield. You're not going to the playoffs.
You lose 2 yards.
Right.
Back into your own territory, going for it, 4th down and 8, and you've not had any big plays yet so far. We'll see what happens.
See if they try to draw the Rams offside, and the running back stepped forward. No flag on the play. I'm not sure I get that, as now everybody looks to the sideline. Now Hawkins with the single back, man in motion right to left, and the Rams jump offside. Let's see if they were drawn off or if that's a free 5 yards for the Pirates. And that's what it is, offside Owasso. So that will move the ball into Owasso territory to the 47-yard line. Pirates need to get to the Ram 43.
Steve, that's tough because, like you said, the the running back did move forward clearly. Could have easily been called a false start.
So Hawkins gets everyone lined up again. It's one of those offenses where they like to clap and then look over to the sideline. Now Harrison with Hawkins to his left, trips to the right. Harrison's going to run to the left, can't get him in the backfield. He's got some room to the 35, almost to the 31-yard line. And again, Jared, nothing fancy. It's just a quarterback run to the left side. Initial tackle was missed, and Harrison, with great athletic ability, is able to overcome the fourth down.
Yeah, and that was Chris McClellan in the backfield once again. He was just a step slow.
Now they pitch to the right with a quick lineup. It's Hawkins trying to get to the outside. He gets to about the 27-yard line, but a flag comes in at the end of the play, and that's going to be holding against the Pirates. So they tried to come back and line up real quick before the Ram defense could get settled.
You talk about that lateral movement again there. Jake Gillespie showing his speed, able to get in there and track him down. Obviously the holding negates that, but I really like what I'm seeing from Jake Gillespie here early on in the first quarter.
6:17 to go here in the first quarter, and it's been all Pirates as they've just run the ball down the field. The clock has continued to roll here on this opening drive. Harrison with the snap. He's going to fall in the pocket, flip it out to the right side, just over the outstretched hands of McClellan into the hands of his running back. It's going to be a gain of about 7 on the play. And so that'll bring up second down and about 11 for Putnam City. Ball at the Ram 31-yard line. Pirates line up quickly. Again, Harrison claps his hands, then looks to the sideline. Hawkins is his running back. 2 receivers to the left, three receivers to the left, ball on the right hash. Harrison's just going to take the snap, run left, and he's going to reverse field, come back to his left. He's under pressure. Great tackle made that time. Jake Gillespie comes up again with Jake Adams, the 2 safeties, making the tackle.
Tell you what, he's all over the place early on. And again, what we were saying early on, Coach Blankenship, more pressure up front, but keep him in the pocket, keep him inside of your tacklers. That's exactly what the Rams did there.
Moves the ball back to the Owasso 37-yard line. They snap quick. Ball lofted high on the left side by Harrison. It's going to be out of bounds. So an incomplete pass. That'll bring up a 4th and long situation.
Offense is going to stay on the field, I would imagine.
Well, certainly after going forward at midfield. Sure. And you're kind of, again, in that territory, too close to punt and maybe too far away for the field goal. Although not much breeze out here tonight. And so they'll mark it 4th down at the Owasso 37-yard line.
Steve, play clock's not running. We're sitting at 40 seconds. There was a penalty on the offense.
And Jared, I don't know about you, I'm having a little trouble seeing out these foggy windows here tonight. I know you're having trouble seeing through that pole, so I want to see. I want to see some versatility from you here this evening. Okay?
There's about a 2-foot wide pole in my sight line.
From the 20 to 40-yard line.
That's right. So.
But they got the air conditioner. No, I'm just kidding. It's about 90 degrees in the booth. So.
4th down and long here for the Pirates. 5:27 remaining in the first quarter.
And now Coach Whitson has decided to go ahead and send his punt team out on the field. Interesting here.
Did they call a timeout?
Jared, if indeed that's what they did.
Well.
But they're going to punt. They went for it. But, I mean, I know this is a little bit longer, but, well, now they're going to mark off the penalty. See, we did not see that. So the ball now spotted outside the Owasso 40-yard line at the Ram 42. 4th and 22 as Putnam City goes back in punt formation. Cole Adams, the very dangerous
high snap.
Very high. Still gets the punt off.
Wow, impressive.
Touched by a Pirate player as the ball rolls dead down to the Ram 11-yard line, where the Rams will take over 1st and 10 on their first possession with 5:17 to go here in the first quarter.
Long first drive there, and the Rams were lucky because That was a great job by the punter to get that punt off, and it was gonna roll down closer to the goal line had not a Pirate already touched it.
So a break there for the Rams as the offense comes out onto the field. It'll be Mason Willingham along with Derek Overstreet in the backfield. Two receivers to his right. Willingham hands the ball off to Overstreet, tries to get out to his left side. It gets some room. He breaks the edge.
Oh, wow.
He's going down the field, and he just gets pushed out of bounds near the midfield line. Derek Street on the first handoff of the game with a gain of about 39 yards.
Yeah, and I believe that was Justice Jones, the senior free safety, who pushed him out. That was the absolute last man that could have caught him. Fantastic run from the first play of scrimmage for Derek Overstreet.
Now an empty backfield from the 46-yard line of Putnam City. A quick throw out to the left side, trying to stay in bounds is the Ram receiver. And that was Overstreet again.
That's right.
So the Rams coming out with a hurry-up offense themselves.
And that's one thing, Derek Overstreet, he's got 7 receptions on the year. You'd like to see him get involved in the passing game a little bit more because he's got good hands, and once he gets going downfield, he's hard to stop.
Rams with trips to the right. Willingham throws it out here to the near side. Ronnie Thomas with the catch. Breaks a tackle across the 40, the 35, and he's drug out of bounds. And that's going to be enough for an Owasso Ram first down. Justice Jones on the tackle, but a great move that time by Ronnie Thomas once again.
And I think it was a block by Jeray Austin here in the backfield that was able to free him up because that was kind of a thrown in traffic there. But good job by the wide receivers as a tandem.
1st and 10 Rams, and Willingham able to bark the Putnam City Pirates offside, so the Owasso Rams will get 5 free yards on that penalty.
Steve Mason Willingham on the season, 42 of 58, 72% passing. Talk a little bit more about him after this play.
Willingham hands off to Overstreet, runs up the middle, and there's a black wall there as he's unable to get through. Putnam City in their all-black uniforms here tonight with the orange helmets.
Talking about Mason Willingham, came in about third quarter of the Mustang game, if that's correct. So about 5.5 quarters of play so far with the first team.
Willingham hands off to Austin, going around the left side, trying to break the edge. Got a good block by Cole Adams. He's going to have enough for a first down. Still dancing in bounds before he's pushed out of bounds, but it's enough for a Ram first down. But that was keyed by a great block by Cole Adams on the outside on the far side of the field.
Sorry about that, Steve. Coming back to what I was trying to say, the efficiency of Mason Willingham in the last 5.5 quarters, 28 of 34 passing, 82% for 489 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Willingham with the snap. He's going to run to his right. Now he'll back up into a pocket, throw it downfield, and can't get it to his intended receiver.
You're going to have a holding coming back.
Intended for Keelan Carney, but you're right. That'll be a hold against the Rams. It was a designed rollout to the right with the running back Overstreet as a protector in front. Deshaun Kennard now in the game at running back. Coming back from that knee injury, trying to get him back in game form action, if you will.
He was able to come in, late third quarter, I think, last week and got 5 or 6 touches on the night, so it's good to see Deshaun Kennard back in action.
So Jeray Austin's going to go off the field as Jackson Wood comes in at the H-back. Mason Willingham with single running back to his left. Foes back in the pocket. Got a wheel route coming out the outside. It's broken up. Willingham was able to scramble to his left and complete the pass to Cole Adams underneath. It was a wheel route coming out of the backfield, but Willingham was under pressure, and before he could get the ball to his receiver down the sideline, coverage had come back and responded, but Cole Adams, very smart underneath, able to be the hot route, if you would.
Able to get 7 yards there, 2nd down and 13.
Ball at the Putnam City 24-yard line. Rams on their opening drive started at their own 11. 3 receivers to the right. Willingham back in the pocket. It's going to be a quarterback scramble. He started up the middle, breaks out to the left side, and gets the penalty yardage back, maybe an extra yard or two beyond that. And so that'll bring up second down, but a good run to recover some of those yards.
And that's one thing you've got to respect with Mason Willingham. He's good with his legs. He's got about 300 yards on the season. Leads the team in rushing touchdowns with 7 on the year.
So he gets back just about to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10. Willingham with Kennard to his right. Thomas comes in motion. Willingham, it's a screen down the middle. They get it to, that's Kennard on the inside. He's able to get enough for a first down inside the 10, almost to the 5-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Rams.
And look, Steve, you're backed up, 1st down and 20. You don't panic. Use your plays wisely. Again, a couple of plays broke down. Mason Willingham, a good head about him, able to get out of the pocket, make something happen, get a few chunk plays, and you've got the 1st down and goal.
So Kennard in the backfield with Willingham. Kennard takes the handoff right up the middle, hits a defender into the end zone. Touchdown, Owasso Rams. Deshaun Kennard with the handoff. Gets met at about the 1.5-yard line, but not for very long as he runs over the defender into the end zone.
Buddy, you want to talk about a big boy football play right there. Deshaun Kennard, welcome back, son.
Yeah. So the Rams able to get the touchdown here on their opening drive. It started at their own 11-yard line. Jake Adams now on the field to attempt the extra point. Cole Adams with the hold. Jake with the kick. It's up. And it's good. With 3:43 to go here in the first quarter, Owasso 7, Putnam City 0. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
For a fun challenge and a true test of golf, visit Bailey Ranch Golf Club in Owasso. Located just 10 minutes north of Tulsa, Bailey Ranch is now open for play following an extensive renovation to the golf course. Be one of the first to experience the new Bailey Ranch Golf Club on 86th Street, just 2 minutes west of Highway 169. Book your tee time today at BaileyRanchGolf.com.
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast Booth. 7-0 Owasso Rams after that Hopper Group touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown run from Deshaun Kennard. Met at the 1-yard line, and he said, "Let's dance."
Well, he was the lead.
Absolutely. That touchdown brought to you by the Hopper Group. The Hopper Group is the #1 real estate team in the Tulsa Metro and #1 large team in Oklahoma. When you're looking for a new home, go with who you know. Go with the Hopper Group at Remax Results.
Jake Adams will tee it up again for the Rams. Back deep will be Sean Hill and Dontrell Harrison. Harrison will receive the kick. Goes back into the end zone, and they're going to call it a touchback.
Steve, that's the exact same situation as last week right there.
Well, that's what I thought. However,
fumbles the football, recovers it in the end zone. Should be a dead ball, right?
That is true. However, I did question that. I think it may have been before you got there. Our official go-to referee, Mr. Claude Marshall, said the ball had to go into the end zone. When we watched the film, and I'm with you,
right.
When we watched the film, I did ask, why is that not a touchback? The ball did not break the goal line, and here it did. So I was with you all the way that if anything touched the goal line, and so Mr. Marshall corrected me.
Well, thank you, Claude, for keeping us honest there.
I don't know as much as I think I do sometimes. Thought I had a good one there.
That's right.
Claude brought me back down to earth. So 1st and 10 Pirates at their own 20-yard line. Harrison at quarterback. Now he has split backs to his left and to his right. To his left is going to be Keandre Samuels. And we're going to have a quick penalty here. It's a delay of game coming out for the first play. Can't let that happen, but we thank you for that.
Steve, Deshaun Kennard, his first touchdown of the season. Just 30 yards on the year again, came into play.
Handoff right up the middle. I believe that was Hawkins.
Came into play late in last game, coming off of the injury. Man, it just feels really good to see Deshaun Kennard running hard.
Well, and anytime you can add that third running back who's just as dangerous as the two ahead of you, I know Coach B's got to be happy to have that rotation.
Well, and Deshaun Kennard started a lot of last season.
Yeah, well, and the other side of that is he and Overstreet out at one time. Emery Neely has done a fantastic job carrying the load, literally. So no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 15. Harrison hands off to his running back. Met at the 20-yard line. Trying to see who that was. We got a little scrum going on. Jake Clifton coming in, getting his name listed in with some fellow Rams.
Jake Clifton, also Hunter Half in on that tackle. Able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd down and about 9.5 yards.
So Putnam City going with a formation now with a standard 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and split backs. Actually, they move Samuels behind the quarterback, and then to the right is Harrison. Now they move Samuels in motion. Harrison goes back. He's looking downfield. He's got a receiver down the middle of the field who's not turned around looking, but neither are the defenders as the pass falls incomplete. Jake Adams in coverage that time, and he was on the hip of the intended receiver. That was Cameron Shine.
Jake Adams, Jake Gillespie, both there, and just to play. They had the man there. He just wasn't paying attention to turn around and catch the football.
I believe we're going to see Keelan Carney possibly back to return the punt. High snap again. This could be trouble, and the punt, it's an ugly one as it bounces over here toward the 40-yard line.
Look at it roll.
And gets that rugby roll. And give the young man credit on the punt that time. That's Joseph Cervantes. And he didn't panic, Jared. It looked like the 2 Ram defenders coming from each side were going to meet in the middle. Cervantes actually stepped up beyond the defenders, which threw their timing and distance off, and somehow was able to get that punt away. But the Rams going to have great starting field position at the Pirate 46-yard line.
Cool, calm, and collected Joseph Cervantes, and that's the 2nd time now they've had a bad snap on the punt. He's able to get it off for a pretty decent punt.
2:02 to go here in the first quarter. Rams lead 7-0 with just their 2nd possession of the ball game here. Willingham in at quarterback. He'll turn quick to his right, throw it to Jeray Austin. Wow. Spins out of the defender across the 30, the 25, fakes everybody out, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Owasso Rams. 1 pass, 1 catch, 1 run, and another touchdown.
It was about 46 yards there. The thing that opened that up, he spun to the outside rather than spinning to the inside. Everybody thought he was going to spin to the inside where he had all the yardage. He spun to the outside, tiptoed down the sideline, and then cut his way back in across the field for the 6.
So just like that, the Rams sting once again as Jake Adams comes on for the extra point. And you're right, Jared, that spin move, it must have been man coverage because he had no help here on the near side. The hold is down, the kick is up, and it's good. With 1:53 to go here in the first quarter, it's Owasso 14, Putnam City 0. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owassos.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jason Griffin.
And I'm Dr. Caleb Nunley.
And we at Tulsa Bone & Joint are happy to be the team physicians for the Owasso Rams.
I'm Destry Millsap.
And I'm Zach McGinty, and we are the athletic trainers for the Owasso Rams.
Here's some of the services that we provide in the Tulsa Bone & Joint Athletic Training Facility.
Six-yard, 1-play, 9-second drive on the touchdown reception, Mason Willingham to Jeray Austin. And that's one thing, Steve, that Owasso's receivers do so well is running after the catch.
Yeah, and it was a great spin move that time by Austin. And then he had defenders coming from the middle of the field, but he's able to jump inside and run to pay dirt. The Rams lead 14-0. Kickoff by Jake Adams. That's going to be received at the 3-yard line. Coming out slowly and met rudely. Trying to see who's in on that one. Jared on the tackle is going to be Kel Pennington along with Jacob Smitty.
I think
Actually, that's
maybe
Kunta
we saw
Jordan.
Kunta Jordan in
Kunta
there. Yeah,
Jordan.
absolutely.
That's right. And so again, didn't seem like there was much urgency by the kick returner to get upfield, and all of a sudden he's staring 5 white shirts right in front of him.
And that's the third kickoff tonight. It's the third time we've seen him almost receive the ball up on his shoulder, which is interesting. You want to make sure that's right in front of you, but hey, we'll take it.
1st and 10, Putnam City at their own 15-yard line. Single back to the left of Harrison. Harrison receives the snap. It's going to be a quarterback run. He'll try to get out to the outside. He does break contain before he's dragged down there. Jake Gillespie coming up again in run support, doing a good job on the tackle, but not before yardage is gained for a first down. That'll bring up 1st and 10. Now the ball at the 28-yard line.
Quick shout out to Brandon Brewer, who's doing a great job on the social media here tonight.
And we got a flag on the play as it's a quarterback keeper over the left tackle, but that's all for naught as this one's going to come back.
Be sure to follow Owasso on Twitter at Owasso Athletics. You can see all of the creative work, the fantastic updates from Brandon Brewer. Coach Brewer is getting ready for baseball season.
Probably should in Arkansas. Oh, great. There goes my phone. Oh, boy. That'll back Putnam City back up to their own 23. You just can't say anything anymore.
I'll tell you what, he missed a phenomenal Del Rancho steak burger tonight.
Oh, boy.
Cheese tater tots. Ooh, real good tonight.
1st and 10, empty backfield. Harrison looks to his right, throws it out here to his receiver, who's immediately out of bounds. That's Dontrell Harrison, who has been playing some running back.
Yeah, bobbled the ball there, but good job to haul that one in. And I believe maybe Jake Clifton was in on that tackle, push him out of bounds.
I think I've been saying Harrison at quarterback. It's Hawkins. Marcellus Hawkins at quarterback. Taking his time to get the play from the sideline. Play clock down to 15 as we are at 1:03. Hawkins runs to his right, cuts up field. He's across the 20, trying to look downfield to make a pass before he's run out of bounds. I believe that was Aiden Foster on the tackle.
Yeah, Braden Foster, and he had Chris McClellan and Jacob Clifton on his heels. That's called running for your life right there.
Well, and I think Hawkins would have been better served had he taken off upfield, but he was trying to be patient and let a receiver get open, but good coverage downfield did not allow that to happen. So a loss on the play. That'll be 3rd and 12 now for the Pirates. Hawkins with 2 receivers to his right, 3 to his left, back in the pocket, and the Rams all over as a flag is thrown on the far side of the field. As we wait for the referee to mark this one off, it's going to be against the Pirates. That'll back them up to just outside their own 20-yard line. So in all likelihood, a procedure call before the play was able to get in motion.
Steve, I know that one's on the Pirates, but I know that's one thing that Coach Blankenship really wants to shore up. I know on the west side, I did the math. On the west side, the Rams are averaging 12.5 penalties a game.
Wow. Hawkins with the snap, looking to his left. Now he's under pressure, launches one downfield, and the Rams get the interception. Coming the other way, it's Corbin Green. He's inside the 20 to 15, and he's going to be tackled at the Putnam City 12-yard line. Corbin Green, that ball was up for grabs, and Green went up and grabbed it for the interception. Turnover to the Rams.
Yeah, that's what you call a jackpot if you're playing 5,000. That's Corbin Green's second interception of the year.
On that one, you about have to be going, mine, I got it. And so
calling off the right fielder there. in unbelievable field position for the Rams.
A great return.
Yeah, 41 and a half seconds remaining in the first quarter. Rams would like to punch this in, have a comfortable 3-touchdown lead going into the second quarter. And how big, Steve, would that be if the Rams are able to get up enough here in the first half, maybe get some second stringers in, save
Willingham back in the pocket, looking to his right. Now we're going to have a hold as the ball is thrown upfield, but back in the backfield, there was only one blocker and one defender, so I think we know who drew that flag.
And again, Steve, I don't want to speak too soon, but if you're able to get some backups into this ball game, rest your starters going into a big game next week in the first round of the playoffs, that's invaluable at this point in the season.
So that'll back the ball up to the Putnam City 22-yard line. I want to thank Brandon Brewer for that WPS I got from him there. So
that's Woo Pig Suey.
Yeah, I
for
know
all
what
of
it
those.
is. Yeah, I know what that is. So Willingham gets the signal from the side. He's in the pocket, looks to his right, and then spins out to his left, looking downfield. He's trying to get it to an open receiver just over the outstretched hands of his intended receiver. That's Keelan Carney. Good coverage, but it was also a good throw. Not that Carney had a real good opportunity, but Willingham only placed it where only his receiver could get it.
That's right, and that's what you want to see out of your quarterback. Put it on that back shoulder, make sure that nobody else has an opportunity to go up and get that. Keelan Carney may have had a chance, just a little late turning around.
Emory Neely now in the game. He'll line up to the right of Willingham, who shouts the play out to his offensive line. Two receivers to the left. Now Jackson goes out to the left. Keelan Carney on the quick out, and he's got room. He's going to burst upfield. 5, touchdown, Owasso Rams. That was a quick throw out to Keelan Carney, but Jackson Woods came from his tight end position for a knockout block that sprung that wide open for Carney into the end zone.
A high throw. Keelan Carney's able to go up and get it, and he got that block and was off to the races for 6, I believe about 22 yards. And that is another Hopper Group touchdown for the Rams, leading 20-0 with 22 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Now Jake Adams on to attempt the extra point. Cole Adams with the hold. Jake Adams with the kick. It's up, and it's good. And with 22 seconds to go here in the first quarter, it's Owasso 21, Putnam City 0. You're listening to Ram Football here on 100.1 KYFM.
At Owasso Coffee Company, it's all about.
Tell you, we're really excited about this year. We've got a great group of guys. They've been working really hard through the summer and preseason.
Rambo, so good to see you. What do you think about First Bank of Owasso? Awesome. Isn't it amazing that they've given over $400,000 to Owasso Public Schools in the last 7 years? When someone has banking needs in Owasso, who should they call? Well, you heard it from Rambo. First Bank of Owasso is the place to be.
Corbin Green able to get the pick, return it down to the 12-yard line. Rams do get a penalty, but are able to overcome that.
Yeah.
And
interesting piece there. Officially it's a 12-yard touchdown drive, but a 22-yard touchdown pass. Once again, I'd like to thank the Hopper Group for that touchdown. The Hopper Group is your #1 real estate team in the Tulsa Metro.
so Jake Adams with the kickoff. It'll be caught at the 3-yard line, upfield to the right side, out across the 20, the 25, the 30. Got some room, caught from behind there. That may have been a touchdown-saving tackle by Pennington. It was in my mind because it looked like we were off to the races.
Yeah, credit Cale Pennington there, able to get his hand on the foot of the returner and save a touchdown.
We've been calling his name a little bit more
absolutely.
Here in the latter part. 13.9 seconds to go. Putnam City will come back out with their best starting field position at their own 35-yard line. They had a pretty good drive on the opening drive, but they've been thwarted by this Owasso Ram defense on their last 2 drives.
You mentioned Cale Pennington. He's a sophomore. We've got a couple sophomores that we've mentioned here tonight, which is good to see.
Hawkins in the pocket, turns around, fakes, and looks downfield. He's going to launch another one downfield. His intended receiver makes a fantastic catch. Jared, that's just a good football play. The catch by Sean Hill. Hawkins just reared back and threw that one down there, and Hill, it wasn't that Jake Adams had bad coverage.
No.
It's just a good football play.
It was. Credit to the junior Jake Hill. That's a phenomenal athletic play, and I believe that's the end of the first quarter.
That will end the first quarter. We finished one here at Putnam City. It's Owasso 21, Putnam City 0. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, don't trust your real estate needs to just any mom and pop company. At the Hopper Group, you get local market expertise with the backing of a worldwide network. Enjoy RE/MAX results with the Hopper Group. Whether you're looking to purchase a new home, build, refinance, or renovate, or your local mortgage resource. As part of a 100-year-old bank, First United Bank Mortgage is here to help you spend life wisely. Reach out to J.D. Doris or Jason Karn of First United Bank Mortgage today for further information. 918-408-4991. J.D. Doris is a licensed lender in Oklahoma, NMLS number 469266. Jason Karn is a licensed lender in Oklahoma, NMLS 469129. First United Bank is a licensed lender in Oklahoma and Texas, NMLS number 400025. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. All loans subject to program guidelines and final underwriting approval. Not all applicants qualify. Information and pricing are subject to change at any time and without notice.
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth here at Pirates Stadium in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. 21-0, the Rams lead the Putnam City Pirates as we get set for the Duralast Roofing Specialist second quarter.
Putnam City with the opening snap. Hawkins runs out to his left, is able to avoid one tackler before he's met by another one. Pressure coming there from Michael Jamerson, but Chris McClellan, and I believe that was Brandon Ramsey once again. Jared, you've got some numbers for us in the first half.
That's right, starting with Putnam City, 12 rushes, 61 yards, 5 of 10 passing for 49 yards, but 110 total yards for the Rams. 5 plays on the ground for 55 yards. That's 11 yards per rush. And 6 of 7 passing for Mason Willingham, 101 yards for a total of 156 yards. Penalties, we had 10 penalties in the first quarter.
Wow.
6 for Putnam City, 4 for the Rams.
Hawkins fakes the handoff. He's looking down the middle. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Here comes Rich and Smith. Ball is lofted way out of the end zone before the pressure put on Hawkins. Gage Smith was coming hard along with Tyler Rich. And Hawkins, very athletic, able to get that pass away just in time, throws it out away to avoid the loss.
I'll tell you what, Steve, though, if I'm Putnam City, I'm not liking the way he's palming that football as he's scrambling out of the pocket. You could see with the pressure that the Rams are bringing, maybe get a hand in there, and that ball's popping out every time.
The old loaf of bread.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've never carried a loaf of bread like that.
No, not like that.
No, store.
Not without getting in trouble. So it'll be 3rd and 11. Ball at the Putnam City 22-yard line off that great catch from Hawkins to Hill. Now Hawkins is just going to run over to the left side, and he's going to be tackled after a gain of about 5. Jake Gillespie again in on the tackle. I believe that Tyler Rich also coming up off the pile. So that'll bring up 4th down. You got to think down here, Jared, you're going to go for it.
Absolutely, inside the 20-yard line.
4th and about 6.
Yeah, 4th down and 6, and with Hawkins, anything is possible.
So it'll be Hawkins with Harrison to his right. Well, Hawkins claps his hand, then fakes the snap. 8 seconds on the play clock. They got to turn 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They don't get this play off. And timeout is called by Coach Whitson. We'll take a timeout with him here at Putnam City. It's Owasso 21, Putnam City 0. You're listening to Ram Football here on 100.1 KYFM.
Hello, Ram fans. This is Steve Holloman here for Duralast Roofing Specialists. Zach Harbaugh and his crew at Duralast was patient with me and my wife as we worked together during the process of getting us a roof for our home here in Owasso. Duralast Roofing did a great job with the roofing as well as with the cleanup. Duralast also helped us with the guttering options, and my wife was happy. Zach Harbaugh was on hand and involved throughout the entire process and made sure everything was done just right. Call Duralast Roofing Specialists for all your roofing needs.
Welcome back here to Putnam City, where the Rams so far in total control, but Putnam City trying to figure out a way to get on the board. They had that long pass play from Hawkins to Hill, but really haven't been able to get anything else going consistently outside of that first drive, and the Rams have made adjustment. That'll be fourth down at the Putnam City 18-yard line.
Steve, as they come back out onto the field, got to give a shout-out to the Owasso freshman team who is out on the sideline tonight, finished their season on Tuesday. Coach Blankenship and staff has invited them out. Huge sideline for the Rams across the field.
Awesome look over there. Hawkins in the pocket, throws it out to his right. It's going to be a double pass. They try to throw it back, and it's going to be incomplete. I'm not sure exactly who Sean Hill was looking for, but that play was blown up by the Ram defense, so Rams will take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Great job by Austin Rich to snuff that one out, get in his face. I think he had a guy that was streaking down toward the end zone, but just didn't have the arm strength. He jumped up in the air, tried to get it over big Austin Rich, and that wasn't working out.
And really, Jared, we talked about in the pregame, Coach Blankenship mentioning got to have eye discipline, and that was a great example of having eye discipline that time, because there were like 4 or 5 things that could have gone wrong if you followed the wrong player, and the Rams able to shut that down. Now Willingham back in the pocket. He's looking deep downfield. He's going to take a shot. He's got a receiver. Cole Adams with the catch. No, the ball gets away. I thought he had it for a moment, but it bounced out of bounds. A nice throw. Actually had 2 receivers downfield. Willingham probably could have picked either one who had gotten behind the defenders, Ronnie Thomas Jr. as well, but just unable to connect.
And you like the look there on first down. It shows that you've got the guys, you've got the speed to get back behind them.
Now handoff up the middle. It looks like Overstreet. He's got some room bouncing around, and he gets hit, but not before he pushes forward for a Ram first down.
And right on the Rams' first quarter average, 11 yards per carry. He gets 11 there and moves the sticks. That's a Casey Miller, State Farm agent, first down.
Overstreet with a little bit more of the thunder, as that will move the ball up to the Owasso 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Willingham in the pocket. Now he brings a man across, hands the ball off to Overstreet, up the middle again. This time he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. So Willingham looks over to the side. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Hands the ball off to Overstreet. Here on the near side, he's got room across the 40, hit at the 43-yard line, but he continues to go forward. Jared, that was about 12 yards after the initial contact, as the ball will be spotted at the Owasso 49-yard line.
Really was, and that was after he hit the hole made by Jackson Woods, the tight end. Phenomenal block from the 6'2 senior.
1st and 10 Rams at their own 49. Willingham back in the pocket, looks to his left, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right, got room to run, but he decides to throw, gets his receiver a nice throw where only Ronnie Thomas is able to make the catch. It'll be 2 yards shy of another Ram first down. And brings up 2nd down.
Ronnie Thomas, 5'11", 180. He's got 662 yards coming into this game. Leads the team in receiving touchdowns, 10 on the season.
I think he's just 2 or 3 shy career-wise of Keon Hatcher.
That's impressive right there. Wow.
Big names there. 2nd and 2, Willingham Fakes the handoff. He'll run it himself. Jukes inside, out to the outside. Back to the inside.
My goodness.
Spin move. I don't know what dance he's doing, but it's working, and he's finally tackled at about the 34-yard line. Another first down for the Rams.
Fantastic read from Mason Willingham. He had 58, DeMarcus Denson, standing there waiting on the running back if he was going to hand it off, so he pulled it, made a couple of moves, and got the first down, brought to you by State Farm agent Casey Miller.
We approach 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Rams up 21-0. Now at the Putnam City 39-yard line. Willingham in the pocket, looks to his right, gets pressure from that side, and flips it up to Keelan Carney, who stays in bounds, gets upfield for extra yardage. Again, just shy of the first down, Jared. He had great balance. I thought he was going to be about 8 yards shy, but call it 2.
And that's the beauty of this receiving corps, Steve. If you're just able to get it to them anyway, anywhere on the field, the odds are they're going to be able to make something happen.
Actually, they're going to bring it back to about the 28-yard line, so call it 2nd and 5. Willingham. Kennard now in the game. We're seeing a heavy rotation of running backs here. Willingham gets the play from the sideline.
We've seen all three on this drive alone.
Moves Kennard to his left side. Now goes back in the pocket, looks quick to the left, lofts one up into the end zone. Jeray Austin. That looked like a touchdown, Rams. Put your hands up, referee. It is a touchdown, Rams. Jeray Austin with a fantastic catch on a great throw from Mason Willingham. And just like that, the Rams are on the board again.
That's a highlight reel call there, Steve. Phenomenal job. Great job.
Well, I'm here to help.
That's right. Love it.
I could see from 100 yards away, Jared, that was a touchdown.
Well, that's the clear side of the window right there. So
yeah, the other side has like mayonnaise running down or something. I'm not sure. So Jake Adams is on to kick the extra point. Cole gets the snap, gets the hold. The kick is up. And with 7:39 to go here before halftime, Owasso extending their lead 28-0 over Putnam City. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
Mediterranean Cafe, our goal is to serve you a fresh, healthy, homemade meal at an affordable price every time. We make over 100 menu items from scratch each day, nothing frozen, nothing from a box, and we don't fry anything. Our menu is full of healthy options including vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free. Dine in, pick up, or experience our full-service catering delivered to your home, office, or event. Taziki's is locally owned and operated. Come see us.
welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth. 7:39 remaining in the first half. Owasso leading Putnam City High School 28-0 off of that 28-yard Mason Willingham to Jeray Austin touchdown pass. Jeray Austin's second of the night, fourth of the season, having himself a real nice game here in Week 10.
That drive took 8 plays, 82 yards after the fourth down stop down here. So, Jared, we're seeing a complete game here tonight from this Owasso Ram Ball Club, building upon what they did last week, continuing it here tonight. As Jake Adams with the high onside over to the right side, it's going to be caught there, and he's going to be met immediately and tackled inside the Putnam City 30-yard line.
And good job by the kick returner there. Owasso saw a hole in the return coverage there, tried to kick it over to the hole, and the up man was able to make that catch and hold on to it because Owasso was coming hard and fast. Decent field position here for the Pirates, 31-yard line. 7:37 remaining in the first half.
So Hawkins will lead his offense back out onto the field. Now with split backs. Brings a man in motion from right to left. Hands off up the middle. It's going to be Harrison, and he's going to be met by a host of Rams. Trey Hall was the main man there in the middle. Aiden Foster again in on the tackle with help from 3 others.
Yeah, Steve, there's 11 white shirts on the field, and I think 9 of them were in on that tackle there.
They're going to give him 1 on the play. I don't know where that came from, but it'll be 2nd and 9 for Putnam City. This Ram defense playing phenomenal here tonight. Hawkins in the pocket. Fakes the handoff, runs to his left, pitches to his running back, got some room up the middle. Nope, there's not any room there as Brandon Ramsey's going to bring him down after pressure from Jake Adams, and it's a gain of maybe 3 on the play, because initially, Jared, it looks like there's room.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, there's not.
Well, again, when you're trying to move laterally against this defense, the linebackers in the secondary move so well horizontally across the field. You know, that lane may be open for a split second, but if you don't hit the hole, it's over.
Yeah, it closes in a hurry. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 from the Pirate 35-yard line. 6:21 to go here in the second quarter. Rams lead 28-0 in this final game of the regular season. And Putnam City taking a lot of time here to get the play in. It's under 10 seconds as they just now get lined up. Hawkins with the snap, runs left, pitches it to his running back. Hawkins got ripped in the backfield after he pitched it, and then the running back gets ripped as well again. Trey Hall, Jake Gillespie.
Yeah, and it was Hunter Half who got to the quarterback first, forced him to pitch it out to the running back. And again, the Jakes, Gillespie and Adams, throw in Clifton every once in a while. It's the Jake show.
Yes.
But that was Hunter Half who made that one play from the start.
Ram defense playing stellar here tonight. It's going to be 4th down. Putnam City showing that they're going to go for it. Hawkins fakes the snap clap, if you will, and he looks to the sideline. 5 seconds on the play clock. And he fakes the snap again. I think they're just going to take the penalty. No, they're going to take a timeout. So trying to draw the Rams offside, it didn't work with 5:10 left to go here in the first half. It's Owasso 28, Putnam City 0. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
Our roof. We chose a roofer that based on the owners from Owasso, the business is based in Owasso, so we're always trying to keep it local. And so we just want to say thank you. We know a lot of you guys are doing the same thing to help support us. When it comes time to service your vehicle, if something breaks or just to do the maintenance, we would appreciate your consideration. We just want to say thank you, and we love being a part of Owasso.
Putnam City with the punt on another high snap. Gets a good roll into Ram territory down to the 30-yard line, inside the Owasso 30-yard line. And I have no idea how Joseph Cervantes is able to do that. But, Jared, that guy is under duress. The snap is high and could easily have gone over his head 3 or 4 times here tonight. Apparently, Putnam City does not have a long snapper, and Cervantes is goaltending back there and then doing a great job of getting excellent punts off.
Part punter, part magician. He's doing a phenomenal job. I'd give him the most valuable player so far.
Absolutely.
In the first half for Putnam City.
So the Rams will take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. 4:58 to go. 28-0. Rams lead. Willingham with the snap. He's back in the pocket, looking down to the right, but the play is going to be discontinued as a flag comes out over on the far side. That will probably back the Rams up 5 yards. May have had a receiver trying to get separation before the snap.
Once again, our second quarter sponsor, Duralast Roofing Specialist. Get total protection that's guaranteed built to last with Zach Harbaugh. And Duralast Roofing Specialists, Owasso's roofing experts. Request a quote today at 918-906-7800.
Willingham hands the ball off to Kennard over the right side, and he's going to be tackled after a gain of about 3, maybe 4 on the play. As Neely now will come in. And you've called it, Jared. We've seen a heavy rotation at running back here tonight, and quite honestly, I'm enjoying watching each running back and the dimension that they bring.
Yeah, do what they do in different ways. It's really nice to see. And none is in for more than 2, maybe 3 plays in a row. So you're keeping those legs fresh, rotating them in and out like that.
So Willingham gets the call from the side, 2nd and 11. He's back in the pocket, looks downfield, lofts one up over the middle, but that ball probably should have been thrown more to the outside, intended for Cole Adams, and pass falls incomplete, but not very often has Willingham not been able to get a pass to his receivers.
Yeah, and you don't mind those, taking those shots. It is 2nd down and 11, 12. Now you're looking at a 3rd down and long. But go back to what works. We're getting plenty of success here closer to the line of scrimmage.
Willingham in the pocket, he's flushed out. He'll move to his right, and he'll throw it upfield, but the pass is broken up, intended for Keelan Carney. But a good defensive play by the cornerback there on the far side, Demarion Fields. And that will bring the Rams on for their first punt of this ball game. Kel Pennington will go back in punt formation. As we get our 11th player on the field, 15 seconds on the play clock. Now the Rams are ready. Pennington with the punt, gets a nice punt off. Gets a bad roll as it hits Jake Clifton in the backside, and it'll be picked up at the Putnam City 46-yard line, their best starting field position of the game so far. They'll take over 1st and 10. 3:58 to go here before halftime. Rams leading 28-0.
Steve, Rams have been successful in the month of November, going back to 2017 when Coach Blankenship began his tenure at Owasso, 12-2 in November football games since 2017. 7-0 all-time against the Putnam City School District.
Hawkins hands off quickly to his receiver Hill. Trying to see, we almost had a horse collar on the play that time. Chance Milgate. Was there a flag, Jared?
No, I didn't see one thrown, and I think it was because, he made the move and then let go before the tackle was completed. So I don't know if that was the case or not, but it's just a 1-yard gain for the Pirates.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 9 from the Putnam City. Well, it'll be just spotted between the 44 or the 46 and 47-yard line. Direct snap, quarterback keeper up the middle, and then breaking to the outside, but a great tackle, tripped up there. Trying to see, that's Jake Adams coming up and making a tackle.
Now, look, Steve, I think, maybe the first couple plays of the game caught the Rams off guard with that quick snap right up the gut, but it hasn't worked out here of late. I think the Rams are doing a great job of adjusting.
Using a lot of safety help on run support. 3rd and 7 as the ball spotted right at midfield. Hawkins runs to his left, pitches quickly, but there's the Ram defense once again, and the tackle is made. A host of Rams, including Corbin Green, Jake Gillespie. Also coming out from defensive tackle is Tyler Rich. Trey Hall, we've called his name a little bit more here this evening. Brody Doris, so white shirts everywhere on defense. That'll bring up 4th and 1, and you'd certainly think, based on this ball game, that Coach Whitson would go for it.
Yeah, and Aiden Lewis, 6'3", senior, nearly had the tackle in the backfield, had a good block, picked up right before he made that tackle. It's 4th down and 1. I think the Rams are going to take a timeout.
They did, yeah. Timeout Owasso, so we'll take a timeout with them with 2:03 to go. Here before halftime, Owasso 28, Putnam City 0.
Meet Andrea, a member at TTCU Federal Credit Union.
Hi. As I've gotten older, I've become more intentional about my financial goals.
Since I joined TTCU, I'm saving a lot more money. I'm paying off my car and building my emergency fund, and now I watch my credit score continually.
Join Andrea and become a member at TTCU Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. TTCU, life is better in balance.
Welcome back to Putnam City as the Rams had taken a timeout there. Jared, your thoughts here of this Owasso performance in the first half?
Really like what I'm seeing so far. Defensively, made a couple of adjustments early on and not allowing Putnam City's quarterback, Marcellus Hawkins, to really get anything going. They've had the one long pass, but nothing doing there on that drive. He made a couple of plays early on. We'll see what happens here on 4th and 1, but defensively, I really like what I'm seeing. And then offensively, the Rams are efficient as ever.
So Hawkins in the pocket, runs to his right, tries to turn upfield. He's going to be close to a first down.
I think
and
he might be short, Steve. We'll see.
Yep, they're going to give it to him right here. I thought he was out of bounds too.
The far side guy was about a half a yard short, and then the near side guy, it's hard to tell between the pole and the fog and the
mayonnaise window. So it'll be 1st and 10, Putnam City, as the ball spotted at the Owasso 44-yard line. Clock continues to roll, 1:50 here before halftime. It's been all Owasso here in the first half in all three phases of the game. Hawkins with a back behind him and one to his left. Now they bring a running back in motion. They turn and hand off. That's going to go to Harrison. Tries to run to his left, back to his right. That's a mistake, and the Rams have him tackled at the Owasso 48-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 on the play.
And again, Steve, as soon as he gets the ball, he's turning and running completely laterally, parallel to the line of scrimmage, and that's given the Rams time to adjust and get in the backfield. That's a loss of 4 for the Pirates.
So 2nd down and 14. Putnam City takes a lot of the play clock down. Hawkins with the snap. He's going to run right up the middle and bust through the defensive line and tackled at the Owasso 41-yard line. In on the tackle that time, Brody Doris. Got some of the yardage back. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Brody Doris, 5'10", 200-pound senior linebacker for the Rams. About 5 yards on that run from Hawkins.
Got to think this is 4-down territory for Coach Whitson and his Pirates. Now Hawkins back in the pocket. He's going to launch one downfield. He's got a receiver, but just overthrows him. He had gotten behind the defender.
So, Steve, now 4th down and about 7. There's just 14 ticks left on the clock.
Tried to see who that was intended for over there. I believe that was Sean Hill who made that great catch earlier in the second quarter. The Pirates unable, though, to take advantage of that big play. Now they're facing a 4th and 7. Ball at the Owasso 41-yard line. And Coach Whitson is going to take his final timeout. No, they're going to say the Rams are going to take a timeout here, so we'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Ram Football. It's Owasso 28, Putnam City 0.
Mallory, and this is my wife, Renee.
We've been proud members of the Owasso community for over 55 years. When we have roofing needs, we have always chosen Zach Harbaugh and Duralast Roofing Specialist. Zach and his team offer the highest quality roofing services and more, ensuring that our home is protected from the top down. Call Zach Harbaugh at Duralast Roofing Specialist today at 918-906-7800.
Good job, hun. You read all my lines.
Welcome back to Pirate Stadium over here in Oklahoma City. A very pleasant night out on the field. We got a decent Ram crowd here that traveled down the turnpike.
For sure. Just kind of, probably, 200 people out there on the Rams sideline. Doing a good job. It's, I don't know, probably 30 degrees cooler out there than it is in here. But
I don't know. It may be closer to 60 degrees cooler because I think we're sitting at about 90 in here. Putnam City with their final play here in the first half. Hawkins back in the pocket, flicks it out to his running back over here on the near side, and he steps out of bounds with 8 seconds left to go. Out of the backfield was Dontrell Harrison.
Able to get just past the first down markers, so they'll have one, maybe two more shots here at the end zone, try to put some points on the board before halftime.
First and 10 at the Ram 32-yard line. They flip it out quickly, but tackled quickly. Brandon Ramsey Jr. all over that as the catch was made by Bryce Smith, but he couldn't even turn up field as soon as he caught the ball. Actually, it's Sean Hill again, excuse me.
And unless they called a timeout, it should be halftime because...
Well, let's see what the indication here is. The referee is going... I didn't see a flag, Jared, but I believe they're going to mark a penalty off against Owasso. Let's see if we get the indication here. Illegal substitution.
Yeah, well, that'll be the reason the clock is stopped.
Right. So that'll move the ball up to the Owasso 27-yard line. Jake Adams will run back onto the field. Now Hawkins rolls out to his left. He's going to look for a receiver downfield, launches one out the back of the end zone, and nobody is going to have an opportunity for that. And with that, the final play here of this first half, it's Owasso leading here in this district contest 28-0 over the Putnam City Pirates. We'll take a break and come back for our Hopper halftime show. You're listening to Ram Football right here on your Owasso Sports Network.
There's barbecue, then there's barbecue. Trails Inn is the barbecue headquarters of the Owasso Rams. Owner and longtime Ram fan John Cash uses locally sourced ingredients, and their meats are cooked low and slow over pecan hardwood. Trails Inn Barbecue serves smoked blasted barbecue that is long on flavor and short on pretense. Trails Inn Barbecue is here for all your dine-in and catering needs. Trails Inn Barbecue, located at 8888 North Garnett Road in Owasso. Proud supporter of Owasso Athletics.
Back to school times here again. Randy here with Wholesale Computer Supply, your locally owned and operated computer superstore. We have everything you need for back to school computing or working from home. Save up to $100 on laptops and desktop computers now. Want to be 25% more productive while working from home? We have a solution with the dual monitor setup for under $150. 3 locations to serve you better. East Tulsa, Midtown, and Owasso at 96th Street North and Garnett. Wholesale Computer Supply, where we'll do all we can.
Seems like every game and app and service wants to charge you a fee. Monthly fee, usage fee, delivery fee. So how about a checking account that pays you, huh? Then remember this. You get paid on every Visa debit transaction with PayMe Checking from Communication Federal Credit Union. Online, in apps, or in stores. Last year, our members earned over $240,000 in paybacks with PayMe Checking. Get paid instead of paying. Communication Federal Credit Union. Some restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to the Hopper Group Halftime Show, where we're in the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth here at Putnam City High School for our weekly chat with Owasso Director of Athletics, Zach Duffield, brought to you by Trails Inn Barbecue. Coach Duffield, I wish we had some Trails Inn with us right now, but thank you for coming up. As always, it's always nice to see you on game day.
Absolutely, Jared. I always appreciate you and Steve making time for me. And a lot of times it's not the most convenient thing, but on a cold night in Putnam City, it's nice to get up here and warm up a little bit. So thanks for having me. Special thanks to John Cash, Trails Inn Barbecue, for making this happen. I always enjoy getting to come spend a little time with you guys and talk about the Rams.
Coach, with Cross Country State wrapping up this last weekend, football is the only fall sport that's left still be playing. Let's wrap up. Obviously, cross country had a great showing at state. The boys finished runner-up, state runner-up. The girls finished third in state. Let's wrap up fall sports as a whole, and because it's been an incredibly successful fall sports season for the Rams and Lady Rams.
Absolutely. Let's talk about cross country first. Let's talk about what an incredible job that those student athletes did, both on the boys team and the girls team. I think you look at the leadership, you look at Blake Collins, Steve Parker, Kendall Standridge, what a great job they continue to do. Girls went in thinking, hopefully a second place finish, and then when things didn't work out and they got third, and the boys race was 15-20 minutes afterwards, and they were thinking they were in the mix of the third, fourth, fifth, and they ran exceptionally well and got runner-up. So really a great showing last Saturday over at Edmond Santa Fe for the cross-country program in general. And I tell you, all of our sports, we could talk about the dedication and how much they pour into their sport, but you look at when they start the same time football season does, and what are we going to do practice day, Coach? We're going to run a lot, and that's kind of what they do, and
my knees are already aching.
Absolutely, and they just continue to do a really remarkable job, really represent our school and our community well. Probably a group that doesn't get a lot of publicity, a lot of fame, but man, it's a neat group of kids that really pour their heart and soul into it, and we're just as proud of them as we are any other group we have. So big congratulations to them. While we're at the state cross country meet, we start a conversation, and in college a lot of times you'll see in bowl season they'll have the Capital One Cup and kind of like the FedEx Cup in golf, and it's kind of a running total of how you do throughout the year. And you start looking at the start to 21-22 for the Rams, cross country a third and a second place finish, softball state runner-up, volleyball gets to the state tournament, which you look at that however you want to. They could be anywhere from 4th to 8th. When we lost our first match to Perennial Power in 5 sets and took them deep into that 5th set.
Right.
So really proud of them, and the football seems to really be kind of catching their stride too. This seems like it's been a team that just all year you kind of been waiting for it to start clicking, and it seems like it is right now. And the groups we haven't talked about are our cheer and pom programs. Those folks that are here tonight will notice we do not have our cheer and pom with us tonight. Big long discussion about what we're going to do. So folks at home know they have their game day state regional competition tomorrow, and cheer is in Enid and pom is in Woodward. So the debate was, do we bring them here to Putnam City, have them spend the night, and then go on to their locations tomorrow, or do we leave them at home, let them sleep in their own beds, get up and attack the day? So that one just made more sense to us. Kids always rest better in their own bed, even though it's going to be a long day ahead of them. But really proud of those groups too. And cheer's already brought home one state championship, looking for another, and pom, coming off of the success of last year, what they did with their national championship. So really have high hopes for those groups tomorrow in regionals, and then next weekend at the state competition that'll be at Moore High School on Friday during the day, followed up by a playoff game probably at Broken Arrow Friday night. So we're getting towards the end of the fall season. It feel like we keep wrapping things up, but man, there's just more stuff and more stuff.
Yeah.
I think after this next week, you'll see where we're kind of just in football mode here for a little bit. I know we can get into talking about winter sports a little bit. Boys and girls basketball both scrimmaged earlier this week. Wrestling is going strong. Swimming, and then still cheer and pom. They're kind of a never ending. They have winter competitions they go to, national competitions. They both will travel to Florida. So really, I tell you what, it's a proud time to be an Owasso Ram. And I know this year is kind of the rebound year from COVID, and we haven't had as many spectators last year, and now all of a sudden we're back to full capacity. And so for some of those folks who've been at home and haven't really gotten out yet, whenever you feel comfortable, whenever you feel like, hey, it's time, come watch these kids. It doesn't matter what sport we're talking about. These kids make you so proud to the way they represent our community, represent our town, represent our school. It's really special. And, you couldn't ask for a better group of kids. And, people say it all the time, what's the difference in Owasso? And I talk a lot about not only our community, we're kind of a small town, all grown up, 5th largest high school in the state, but the character of our kids. And I think that comes from a lot of the coaches we have. Of course, I'm biased, but I think we have an incredible coaching staff that really works hard on character, moral values, and not saying we don't have issues. Hey, we're not perfect, but we're going to strive to be perfect. And, if we make one kid better, whatever that is, that's a win for us. So we want to keep doing great things. Feel like we're in a great position right now, and really proud of the success that we've had on the field, but probably more proud of the success we've had off the field with our student athletes.
We're with Owasso Director of Athletics, Zach Duffield, for his weekly halftime chat with us, presented by Trails Inn Barbecue. Coach, I'm so glad you brought that up about kind of bouncing back from whatever you can call last year. I remember whenever all of this started, it seems like forever ago, it was more than a year and a half ago now, we were supposed to be hosting a state girls basketball tournament here at Owasso High School. I think Class 4A or Class 5A, we were hosting a neutral site. That day is when everything kind of went up, and this was, March of 2020, so a year and a half ago. To see how your department has responded, your leadership and your team has responded in that year and a half to get us to where we are now. Yeah, it's still a lingering thing. It's still around, and we still have to be cognizant of that and wary of that. But to be able to react and put into place, implement the certain protocols in place that we need to get back to as normal as we can. I personally applaud you and your team for being able to do that, because there are, even this year, there have been teams that have had to forfeit because they haven't been able to field enough kids to play a football game. So from the field to the stadium, in the stands, having a full capacity this year, I commend your team, the entire athletic department. It's really been nice to see you get back to somewhat of normalcy.
Well, thanks, Jared. We really appreciate the kind words, and it's one of those deals. There's not a playbook for it, so I don't know if we did it right or not. We just tried to take every day, put a common sense approach to it, and do the best we could. And I think that's what a lot of people did to try to get through. Obviously talked to a lot of our fellow athletic departments and what they were doing and what worked for them and what didn't. And we didn't do everything they did, and they didn't do everything we did. But I think, again, we talk about our community a lot, and we talk about sports a lot when we're together. I think sports was kind of a rallying cry, and it helped us get back to normal. It helped us, and obviously there's still things in our country and with the virus and everything that's lingering out there. But when you go to a ball game, you feel normal again, and I think that's a big win. The one thing that I never want to forget, and it was the hand we were dealt. The thing that makes you go out and kind of kick the wall is to think about that spring season in March.
Absolutely.
We had a chance to really make a special run. Our baseball team was as loaded as they've ever been. Our boys golf was defending state champions with all 5 players back. Sure. Both our boys and girls soccer teams were off to one of the best starts in school history, had knocked off some perennial powers. So, you look back at that's frustrating. Obviously, that was the hand we were dealt, so we had to deal with it and do the best we could. I think, our success has been because of our community. It's been because of the city of Owasso, has been because of the leadership from the school board, from the administration all the way down, to allow us to try to work to get back to normal, whatever normal is. We're still trying to figure that out, right? But you look at the success that our kids are having right now, and it makes you awful proud. And I wish we hadn't gone through that, but I'm glad we've been able to pick right back up. And people, no one wants to see Owasso on their schedule right now. It doesn't really matter what sport. They know that we're going to be well coached. They know our kids are going to play hard. They're going to act right. They're going to do the things that really a lot of other people want for their programs. And I think that's special. I think, again, you talk about all the different people that make things happen. You talk about the high school principal, administration, their staff. They deal with our kids 5 hours a day. We get them 1 hour a day as far as class periods. Obviously, we keep them later, but they do a great job. And we've talked many times about our transportation department, getting us to and from, plant operations, making sure our facilities are top notch. Technology. We use more technology right now in our sports than anybody would ever guess. On the sideline, we have about 3 or 4 different things that have to have Wi-Fi and have to connect and interact with each other.
Sure.
So I think it takes everybody, and that's something that I think we get lost on, folks. Is hey, it takes the whole crew, and when I say the whole crew, I don't just mean the people at the school. I mean the parents. I mean the community, the teachers throughout the day that have our kids. That our kids are held to a high academic standard as well. So I really feel like we're in a good place. We're doing some good things, but we still want to get better. We still want to strive to be better. And this football season is kind of a prime example. It has not gone the way we thought it would from the beginning, but I still think we can get where we want to be, and we're really excited about that.
Coach, really quickly before we let you go, A couple weeks ago, we had the opportunity to honor the Owasso Athletics Hall of Fame classes of both 2020 and 2021. There were 15 inductees, some names that are very familiar to Owasso fans, like Jessica Bates, who was a part of the first Lady Rams basketball state championship, I believe, in 1994. Shake Milton, member of the Philadelphia 76ers. Shane Eicher, who obviously is just an all-time coach here at Owasso. Drew Allen, who's Captain America, basically. And then obviously up here in the booth, the voice of Owasso, Steve Mowry.
Well, I didn't know if you were going to bring Steve up or not, but, you look at this group, and it's kind of a who's who of Owasso athletics.
Sure.
So kind of the heroes of Owasso Rams past, really. What a unique opportunity it was. We go back to COVID in 2020. We recognized them at the football game. We did not have a banquet. So a couple weeks ago, like you said, we were able to have the banquet. We honored the 2020 and the 2021 class. It was a long night. That's, we have more people going in due to the two classes than normal. But what a unique deal. I tell you, I love sitting and listening to people telling stories about old Owasso before I was around. You see the pride that comes over their face. You see how excited they get to represent their hometown. Then you get the Shane Eichers of the world, the Steve Mowrys, and I get to watch them live it. I get to watch them carry themselves in a manner that exemplifies class and character day in, day out, and pour into our kids. I tell you, Shane Eicher is one of the best. Very deserving. He'd be in the Hall of Fame. He does an incredible job with our softball program. I could go through every one of these people, obviously, what all they've done. The ones you mentioned, obviously there's more. Mook Roberts, a legend on the baseball field. We could go on, but just unique to be able to bring them home, do something special, see their families, see the pride in Owasso, let them see. Some of them haven't been back to Owasso or been back to the high school, in 10, 15, 20 years, and see the changes and say, hey, we are one of the big guys. We are the one that everybody's striving to be and wants to be like. So it's really special. We're really proud of those folks and really appreciate them, the time and effort they put into coming back home and letting us recognize and love on them a little bit.
Coach, thank you as always.
I always appreciate you guys letting me come up in a nice warm spot. I might spend the second half with you.
Bring it on. That's Owasso Director of Athletics, Zach Duffield, brought to you by Trails Inn Barbecue. When we come back, we'll take a look at the first half numbers from tonight's game, as well as take a look at scores from around the state of Oklahoma. That's coming up. You're listening to the Hopper Group Halftime Show on 100.1 KY. The Rams are our hometown team, and Johnny Kohler Jewelry is your hometown jeweler. Our team can design the next custom piece of jewelry, or come in to shop popular brands and estate pieces, or for a quick watch battery change or complimentary cleaning. No matter what you need, John E. Kohler Jewelry has the right play for you. As your hometown jeweler, we love to see the Owasso Rams win under Friday night lights. Come by and meet our winning team at John E. Kohler Jewelry Designs, and we'll make every visit a touchdown.
State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller are proud to support the Owasso Rams in their pursuit of excellence, both on and off the field. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, or even pet insurance, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Go Rams! When chip happens, it's a good thing. That's because Chip Shepard with Shepard Technologies is the #1 computer repair and IT technician in Owasso. With expertise in firewall technologies, network design, server administration, and computer networking, Shepard Technologies is the answer to your tech needs. For more information, request a quote today, whenchiphappens.com.
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth for the Hopper Group Halftime Show. The Hopper Group at RE/MAX Results is Owasso's most innovative real estate team. Rob Hopper and his team provide an exceptional commitment to you with industry-leading knowledge and credibility in real estate. Visit hoppergroup.com and experience the Hopper Group advantage with RE/MAX Results. Jared Gallagher with you, Steve Mowry, and Rob Williams doing the stats here tonight. Got about 5.5 minutes left in halftime. The Rams leading the Putnam City Pirates 28-0. Steve, thoughts on the first half?
Well, just like what the Rams are doing in all three phases of the game, offense, defense, really complementing one another, and special teams doing a good job as well. We've only seen Putnam City put together really one drive, and that was the drive to begin the game. They were able to get downfield, but the Rams were able to make a stand, stop them on fourth down, and they had the one big pass play deep into Ram territory. But again, Owasso able to get the stop and really contain a very athletic and a skilled position team, keep them under wraps. And you've brought out a good point too, Jared. The Pirates seem to really be trying to do a lot laterally, and I think that goes against their game plan as far as I don't know if they really underestimated the Owasso defensive speed from sideline to sideline, but the Rams have done a really good job, and I think they've improved their tackling tonight with that first initial contact.
Absolutely.
Instead of hitting the guy with the ball and then letting him go forward, they're hitting him and bringing him down with some help. So I like what we're seeing here in the first half.
Looking at the first half numbers, Owasso 7 first downs on the night to Putnam City's 8. Surprisingly, Putnam City's moved the ball a little bit, and part of that is we've seen a few punts from them, but it looks like from here on out they may be going for it all the way on fourth down. So it is really 4-down territory for the Putnam City Pirates, and they've converted a few. They're actually 3 of 4 on fourth down conversion, so they have 8 first downs on the night. For the Rams, rushing the ball in the first half, 10 rushes, 99 yards. That is 9.9 yards per carry. For Putnam City, 23 rushes for just 84 yards. Through the air, the Rams, Mason Willingham, 9 of 13 for 143 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's through the air. For Putnam City, 6 of 16 and 1 interception. 6 of 16, just 58 yards passing, 1 interception. That's 39 plays and 142 yards for Putnam City, just 3.6 yards per play for the Pirates. For the Rams, 23 plays offensively for 242 yards. That's 10.5 yards per play for the Rams offense. Rams have not fumbled the ball or lost a fumble. Putnam City fumbled once, got it back. Penalties are knotted up. Both programs, 6 penalties for 40 yards. Time of possession, listen to this, Steve. Putnam City, 18 minutes and 21 seconds in the first half. The Rams, 5 minutes and 39 seconds. That is wild.
Well, it is, especially when you're looking at a 28-0 game. But my goodness, Jared, we've scored in 19 seconds, in 9 seconds, in 1 minute 13 seconds, in 2 minutes and 28 seconds. So
in the 2 minutes and 28 seconds was an 80-yard plus drive.
It took 8 plays. We've had a 9-play drive, then a 1-play drive, a 2-play drive, and an 8-play drive.
For the Rams, 1 of 2 on third down conversions. Big here. Putnam City, 0 of 8 on third down conversions. And again, it is 4-down territory pretty much from here on out, you would imagine, for the Pirates. Individual numbers for the Rams. Rushing the ball, Derek Overstreet, a nice half. 5 rushes for 67 yards. Emery Neely got in the ball game, not a recorded rush yet. Deshaun Kennard, 2 rushes, 11 yards, and got his first touchdown of the year, which was really nice to see. And then Mason Willingham, 2 rushes for 12 yards. Passing the ball, Mason Willingham, 9 of 13, as we said, 143 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 of those to Jeray Austin, who got his 3rd and 4th touchdowns of the season. 2 receptions, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns for Jeray Austin. So pretty efficient numbers there. For Ronnie Thomas, 2 receptions, 15 yards. Cole Adams, just 1 for 6 yards. And that's scary because Cole Adams is so explosive.
Yes.
So you definitely don't want him to get going if you're the Putnam City Pirates. Just 1 reception and 6 yards for Cole Adams. Quiet night there. Keelan Carney, 2 receptions for 28 yards and a touchdown on a phenomenal catch in the corner of the end zone. Deshaun Kennard, 1 catch for 14 yards, and Derek Overstreet, 1 for 6 yards. Individual numbers for the Pirates. Harrison, 10 rushes for 20 yards. Hawkins, the quarterback, 12 rushes for 62 yards. And Hill, 1 for 2 yards. Passing the ball, Marcellus Hawkins, 6 of 15 for 58 yards and 1 interception, no touchdowns. And most of those 58 yards, Steve, coming on that one reception to Hill that was going for 43 yards, and really good coverage by the Rams there on that play. Just a fantastic catch from the Pirate wide receiver, Hill.
Yeah, we just talked about how that was just really a good football play because we had good coverage by our defender, but just a really nice throw and catch that time. But that's really about all that the Pirates have been able to muster through the air here tonight.
Yeah, the other 5 completions for Hawkins have gone for a net of 15 yards.
Yeah.
So a good half on all sides of the ball for the Rams. Let's look at some scores from around Class 6A, as this is Week 10 of the regular season. We go to the playoffs next week. Tulsa Union leading Edmond North 34-0 as they start the third quarter. Jinx leads Westmore 35-7. Edmond Memorial leading UConn 14-9, and that would be a huge victory for Edmond Memorial. Just one win on the season. Logan Thomas in his first year at head coach for the Bulldogs, a fraternity brother of mine. So pulling for Memorial to get their second win of the year. That would be big for Coach Thomas. Norman North leading Southmore 36-0 at halftime. Broken Arrow leading Enid 31-7 at halftime. Edmond Santa Fe on top of Norman 28-6 at halftime. And a bit of a surprise here, Steve. Mustang, the 5th-ranked team in the state, leading Moore by just a touchdown, 28-21 at half, and Mustang scored late in the first half to get that one touchdown lead. So that'll be a score to look at.
Keep an eye on.
Yeah, to keep an eye on for the rest of the evening here. This is the Hopper Group halftime show as we get started. About 2 minutes left before we kick off the second half. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll bring you second half of action. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM.
NFL quarterback, my good friends at Waldo's Chicken and Beer at 71st and Yale by Tzatziki's. It's the home of Southern fried and fire roasted chicken. Enjoy your chicken on the bone, on the bun, in a basket, or in a bowl. Toss in several scratch-made sides, including 3 cheese, mac and cheese, and collard greens, homemade sauces, and you've found yourself a new favorite chicken spot. Locally owned and operated.
St. Francis Health System has more than 100 locations across eastern Oklahoma, all united by one mission, to extend the presence and healing ministry of Christ in all we do. We are Oklahoma's largest and only locally owned and operated health system, dedicated to providing the most advanced, comprehensive health care and making a positive impact in the communities we serve. St. Francis Health System. Healthcare for life. Learn more at stfrancis.com.
For a fun challenge and a true test of golf, visit Bailey Ranch Golf Club in Owasso. Located just 10 minutes north of Tulsa, Bailey Ranch is now open for play following an extensive renovation to the golf course. Be one of the first to experience the new Bailey Ranch Golf Club on 86th Street, just 2 minutes west of Highway 169. Book your tee time today at BaileyRanchGolf.com.
Whether it's supporting Owasso football on Friday nights or making sure you're covered in life, State Farm Agent Robert Long is there for you. When it comes to home, life, and auto insurance, go with the one who's supported the Rams since day one. Go with State Farm Agent Robert Long, located on 86th Street in Owasso.
Welcome back to Putnam City, where we're just a few moments away from the second half kickoff as the Rams will receive the opening kickoff of the second half as Putnam City comes back out on the field. Senior night here for the Pirates. They had a bit of an extended halftime there, and so Jared getting a lot of texts here tonight. I may have been over descriptive of our booth facilities here.
Well,
we have a foggy window. I'll just say that.
That's right.
It's got just the film. I said mayonnaise, and that might have been a little bit. I may have given too much of a I may have painted too good of a visual.
Yeah, a little too creative there.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, I will say this. Putnam City's been so gracious to us here this evening. Hospitality's been wonderful. I know, you've mentioned you don't like to eat before ball games, but you didn't get a chance to eat today. So the pizza up here, great job. And we appreciate it.
High onside to the Owasso Rams, picked up there by Jeray Austin. He's going to run around to the left side of the field. He's got a blocker in front. He crosses midfield down to the Putnam City 40, the 35 before he's knocked out of bounds. A great opening return here to begin the second half. Jeray Austin has set the Rams up 1st and 10 at the Pirate 35-yard line.
It's one thing you've always got to watch out for if you're kicking against this Rams receiving team. 5 touchdowns on the year, special teams wise, 2 punt returns from Cole Adams, and a kick return each from Adams, Carney, and Austin. So weapons all around on the receiving team.
Mason Willingham in the pocket, hands the ball off to Neely going over the left side. He's got some room as he cuts it upfield across the 30, inside the 25. That'll be a 1st and 10. Move the chains for the Rams.
We just talked about how Neely hadn't had a touch yet. That's his first of the night, got about 12 yards. Great run to open up the second half.
Good blocking on the far side of the field. Neely able to cut it upfield, dodge a couple of defenders, and the Rams are set up 1st and 10 at the Pirate 25-yard line. Willingham with the snap, hands it off to Neely again. He's got a little bit of room again on the left side before he's wrapped up there and brought down. I believe that's the big defensive end for the Pirates. DeMarcus Denson on the tackle. Give Neely about 2 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Emory Neely, 5'11", 190 junior, 327 yards on the season coming into this game and 5 touchdowns on the ground.
Willingham back in the pocket this time, flips it over quickly to the left side. I thought that one may have hit the ground, and that's the indication from the referee. It was intended for Jeray Austin, but the pass was underthrown that time, so incomplete, brings up 3rd and 8.
And a good sell from Jeray there. He tried to pick it up off the turf and go, but good eyes from the far side linesman. It's 3rd down.
So the Rams will line back up in a more of a tighter formation. Willingham now hands the ball off to Austin, coming right to left. He's got some room, tries to get up the sideline, breaks through, and he's into the end zone. He stopped at about the 5-yard line, and 2 defenders just stopped and looked at him too before he dove or took off back into the end zone for an Owasso Ram touchdown. An odd-looking play, but Jeray Austin with the handoff, able to extend this Rams lead. Extra point pending.
3rd touchdown of the night for Jeray Austin. And again, Steve, last week it was Ronnie Thomas that had the big game. Tonight it's Jeray Austin. You just never know who's going to step up for the Rams.
Jake Adams on to attempt the extra point. And the kick is up, and it's good. And on the opening drive, set up by a great return. 10:56 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Owasso 35, Putnam City 0. You're listening to Owasso Ram football here on your Owasso Sports Network. Lead 35-0.
See, one thing I noticed, we had a new holder on that point after touchdown, and it wasn't Cole Adams. I wasn't not sure if he was in on that drive. I don't know if you saw him or not, but that's something we'll have to watch out for.
Yeah, that would be interesting to find a report out on that, and Of course, here on kickoff, we see maybe some new names coming out onto the field. Actually, we've got a different kicker as well. That's going to be Mikhail Davis, I believe, on the kickoff. The high onside to the left side goes out of bounds. Well, not out of bounds, but that's where Putnam City will take over 1st and 10. So we got some newbies coming into the game here, Jared, 35-0.
And like we said, that what a luxury it would be if we're able to get some of these younger guys into the game, rest your starters as much as you can. Looks like, for the most part, we're going to see
starting defensive line is in the game.
In the secondary.
Yeah, we've got Mark Mann back in the secondary. Hawkins with the snap tries to run up the middle, and some of the new players in the game, but in on the tackle that time, Brody Doris. Cale Pennington also in the game as well.
And this will be a good test for some of these twos, Steve, because Marcellus Hawkins is still going to run hard.
Also in for the Rams, Larrett Brown. Hawkins with the snap, hands the ball off. It's going to be a run to the left, and there are the Rams to sniff it out. Brody Doris, the first one there with the initial contact. Also coming up is going to be Gage Smith. Chris McClellan is in the area along with Pennington.
Yeah, Cale Pennington has good physical gang tackle there from the Rams. Bringing him back maybe a yard or two. It's now 3rd down and 9.
Putnam City at their own 36-yard line. Chris McClellan will jog off the field. He's only got 36 offers from Power 5 schools across the nation.
Not bad.
Again, basically means he can go wherever he chooses. Hawkins with the snap, runs to his right, then pitches to his running back, going to get upfield, but nice open field tackle there. That's Pennington in on the tackle. The pitch was to the running back, Keandre Samuels.
I think I saw Hunter Half in there as well. Good job. Like you said, open field tackle for the Rams. It's going to be 4th down and 5 for the Pirates.
And Jared, I think people, when they hear us say the twos or whoever is coming into the game, you expect a drop-off, but you really don't see much of a drop here with some of these guys that have gotten a lot of varsity snaps this season.
Yeah, you're exactly right. A bunch of varsity snaps this year.
That's going to be a run to the left and a pitch to the running back Hill this time, as he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Khalid Boatwright on the tackle, but that's going to be enough for a 1st down. They had lined up Sean Hill in the backfield that time at running back.
And I'll tell you what, Steve, Larrett Brown was tracking that. Could have had the tackle, but the turf monster came up, grabbed his toe, and he went down, and that was able to give the Pirates the 1st down.
That moves the ball up 1st and 10 at the Putnam City 48-yard line. Hawkins with 3 running backs. Now he sends Hill in motion out to his right. Hawkins fakes the handoff and then runs to the left, but a great close on the tackle that time by 2 of the Rams. The first one was Trey Hall.
Yeah, Hunter Half also in on that phenomenal job of closing the pocket there.
And Hawkins is going to come up gimpy this time, Jared. He kind of got sandwiched at the knees, and he's going to try to limp over to Coach Whitson. I think we're going to see a new quarterback come into the game for the Pirates. Hate to see that because he is an outstanding athlete.
He really is, and this is his senior season, Steve. You don't want to see him go out like that. So hopefully Hawkins is okay.
I think we heard he plays basketball too. Is that correct?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so
he could. He's quite the athlete.
Looks like he could do about whatever he wants to.
No doubt.
So now coming in at quarterback will be Bryce Smith. Actually, he hands off to Hill, and knifing through is Pennington. Out of nowhere, it looked like Hill was going to be able to gain some ground on the far side, but Pennington says, not on this side.
Great awareness, great penetration by Cale Pennington, able to get in the backfield. Big loss on the play.
So that'll bring up 3rd and about 17 as the ball is back at the Pirate 42-yard line.
Number 9, Jaden Sayrath, I believe, sophomore quarterback.
He throws over to the right. Pass is incomplete there. Jaden Sareth on the incompletion. That'll bring up 4th down. Too much to overcome. So Putnam City will go back to punt with 7:40 to go here in the third quarter.
See if magician Joseph Cervantes is able to pull one off again here. Every single snap has been high so far, and he's been able to get a punt off. So we'll see.
And Cale Pennington is back deep to receive the punt. This has been exciting all night long by the snapper. That one's high, but it's reeled in, and the punt, it's a line drive, but it's a good one, Jared, as it rolls down. I have no idea why the defender basically stopped it for Putnam City.
Oh, that was rolling down to the goal line.
That was going to go inside the 10. Just a mental error that time. It was not a thing of beauty, but the results were going to be difficult for the Rams as far as length of field. They catch a break. Jared, you're right. They probably got at least 15, if not 20 or more yards out of that.
Oh, yeah, and another good job by Joseph Cervantes, the punter. That time, Steve, he's learning from this, because that time when that snap was high, he turned and almost caught it like a wide receiver.
Yeah. Now Austin Havens will step in for the Rams. Coming in at the tight end will be Bryce Stevens. Havens hands the ball off. It's Neely running to his left, tries to get up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, then a couple of more tackles. He's just taking contact, continues to run almost out to the 40-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down.
A great hard-nosed run there from Emery Neely, able to get 14 yards, and that is a State Farm agent, Casey Miller, first down for the Rams.
They'll be at the 38-yard line. Havens again with the handoff. Neely runs to his left, and he's going to be met there at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, if maybe one. Good to see Austin Havens come back in and get some activity as well here in this double quarterback platoon.
Absolutely. The senior has about 2,000 yards on the season, 21 touchdowns through the air.
Now he'll roll to his right, look downfield, looking for an open receiver. He finds one, and it's Cole Adams. We talked about him, and the turf muster got him. He had one defender to beat at about the 25-yard line and got tripped up by the turf.
I tell you what, Steve, how many times this season have we seen Cole Adams just go up over the top of a defender, snag the ball, and keep it moving for a first down?
Including last week, 2 catches that we described as just got mossed. Rams up quickly at the 25-yard line. Havens looks to the sideline for the signal. Deshaun Kennard now being moved over to his left.
That was a good roll-out pass, too, by Austin Havens coming to the near side.
He'll hand the ball off to Kennard up the middle. Got some room. Gain of about 5. There's a big face mask on the play. No flag, Jared. I mean, that was a direct pull down to the ground, and nothing doing that time.
He was in the middle of the pile, Steve, but he got turned all the way around 360 degrees before he was brought to the ground by his face mask.
Good gain on the play. Give him about 5 inside the 20-yard line. 2nd and 5. Havens hands the ball off again into the inside and then breaks back to the left. It's going to be a touchdown, Owasso Rams. Deshaun Kennard with the Ram touchdown from 20 yards out to increase this Ram lead.
You'd love to see that out of Deshaun Kennard. Tough early part of the season trying to rehab, get back. A good leader on this ball team, and now with 2 touchdowns on the night.
And the extra point is good. That by could be Joel Dugan or Miguel, I'm not sure, but the kick is good. 5:39 to go here in the third quarter. It's Owasso 42, Putnam City 0. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
Owasso, this is Ray Adcock with Christian Brothers Automotive, and we just want to say thank you for supporting us as a local business. I know for our family, we own a business here, we live here, we go to church here. All 4 of our kids are in school here. And when we shop, we always consider to try to spend our money in town. We go to restaurants that we know are owned by people from Owasso. And if we leave town to get gas, we drive back on fumes to buy gas here because we want to keep that money in the Owasso School District. And recently we had a hailstorm that damaged our roof. We chose a roofer that, based on the owners from Owasso, the business is based in Owasso, so we're always trying to keep it local. And so we just want to say thank you. We know a lot of you guys are doing the same thing to help support us. When it comes time to service your vehicle, if something breaks or just to do the maintenance, we would appreciate your consideration. We just want to say thank you, and we love being a part of Owasso.
Rams with the kickoff. It'll be fielded there just outside the 20-yard line and tackled immediately where Putnam City will take over 1st and 10. 5:39 to go on the play, or in the quarter, excuse me. Deshaun Kennard with a 19-yard touchdown run. That drive took 5 plays, covered 75 yards. And again, time of possession is going to favor Putnam City because it only took the Rams 1:57 to drive down the field and put 7 on the board.
And once again, that touchdown is brought to you by the Hopper Group. When you're looking for a new home, go with who you know. Go with the Hopper Group RE/MAX results. This is the third quarter, brought to you by State Farm agent Robert Long.
Double reverse this time. Ball's on the turf, and the Rams come up with the fumble. Who came up with the ball?
Number 61, Steve.
And he's not letting go of it. He's going to carry it off the field. It's Brett Weimer.
Brett Weimer, the 6', 230 senior. Oh, what a highlight for that kid. Congratulations. Recovering that fumble, Brett Weimer, an unbelievable field position for the Rams to try to score once again at the 19-yard line.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that from the backups, if you would.
No.
And an exciting night for him. First and 10, Owasso. I think we need a quarterback, don't we, Jared?
That's what it looks like. We've got a running back out there.
Yeah. Here we go. Austin Havens comes back out on the field. That's one of the things Coach Blankenship talked about was personnel, and there it is right up the middle. Touchdown Rams. Doesn't even give us a chance to get it set up.
Luke Harris. Luke Harris, the 5'10", 185 junior. Again, 19 yards and another Hopper Group touchdown. 5:22 remaining in the third quarter. How about an explosive offensive output for the Rams coming here in the second half?
Well, and back on for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. And very quickly, the Rams have put 2 touchdowns on the board. 5:22 to go here in this third quarter. Owasso 49, Putnam City 0.
Neighborhood, Presley Hollow. Located on 76th Street and 148th East Avenue, Presley Hollow features the area's best amenities, including 2 pools, basketball court, state-of-the-art playground, clubhouse, and 2 ponds. Starting just above $300,000, each home in Presley Hollow is loaded with premium finishes and always available at a guaranteed price. Visit executivehomes.com for more information.
Well, we welcome you back here as the Rams able to put another touchdown on the board. The fumble recovered by Brett Weimer, and then Harris with the 19-yard touchdown run. Point after is good, and that's where we sit with 5:22 to go here in the third quarter. Owasso 49, Putnam City 0, as the Rams will tee it up and kick it off.
Tell you what, Steve, I'm trying to finish my slice of pizza from halftime. Rams aren't giving me enough time.
High onside here to the near side. Fumbled again. Ball's loose on the ground. Did the Rams come up with it? Let's look. There's a pile on the ground. They're going to say Putnam City has the football. That was not the call I had initially, but the Rams unable to get on that football. And that's a good reason as to why you want to call a fair catch on a high onside kick.
Absolutely. But good field position here for the Pirates. See if they can get something going here as Marcellus Hawkins, the senior quarterback, comes back out for the Pirates.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Good to see Hawkins back in the game. Whatever his injury was doesn't appear to be too serious. He'll go back and he'll throw over here to the near side. Pass is complete to his receiver, Denez Beach. Give him about 5 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Steve, as we mentioned, just the second meeting all time between the Rams and the Pirates. Last season, the first, 28-0 victory for the Rams.
Handoff up the middle this time, and then trying to burst to the outside and getting upfield for a nice gain. That's going to be enough for a 1st and 10 by Dontrell Harrison. Harrison's kind of been the workhorse, if you will, in the backfield tonight for the Pirates.
Yeah, 10 rushes for 20 yards in the first half. A good run there from Dontrell Harrison to move the chains.
So that'll bring up 1st and 10, just shy of the 50-yard line at midfield. Hawkins gets his backs lined up. Now he shifts one over to the left, throws it out to Harrison, tries to turn up field, and a tackle made there by Pennington.
Cale Pennington had a lot of, his jersey about got ripped off on that block, if you will. Still able to shed it and make the tackle. Good job by Cale Pennington.
And Larrett Brown to turn that back to the inside. So 2nd and 4 on the play. Now they'll send Harrison out to the right side, but Hawkins is going to run up the middle, then out to the left, and he'll just run out of bounds. He's not looking. It's a very, very late hit and tackle, but no call on the play. I'm a bit surprised there, Jared, as that was off the white and outside the ring.
It's a beautiful form tackle from True Thomas right there.
Momentum.
Momentum let him carry it out.
Right.
That was, it was beyond the white and into the green of the sideline. But we will take it 3rd down and short now for the Pirates.
Got to think this is where Hawkins is probably going to keep and try to run it himself. He takes the snap, hands it off to Harrison, again to the outside.
Oh, beautiful tackle.
Pennington again is coming up and making great plays in the open field. And that's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 3.
And again, Steve, you got to think if he hits the hole, he's got at least a chance to get to the sticks. But he bounces outside, and even the twos for the Rams are just too quick laterally, horizontally, and he's not able to get all the way outside. Phenomenal job from Cale Pennington to keep him wrapped up there. And 4th down, a loss of about 2 on the play.
Yeah, Coach Whitson's going to go for it here. Hawkins gets the snap. Tries to run up the middle, and he's going to be shy of the 40-yard line. I know that. This is going to be a spot, Jared. It's close to a Pirate 1st down, and they're going to say move the chains. Thought it was closer than that, but...
Well, they spotted it darn near to the 40-yard line, so pretty good spot in the 1st down.
So that'll be 1st and 10 at the Ram 40-yard line. Hawkins stays in at quarterback. 2 backs with him. He'll hand off to Harrison up the middle, and he's met by a host of Rams. Not much room there. Gain of maybe 1 on the play.
Really like to see the fight in this second team for the Rams, because who knows, Steve, you get into the playoffs, somebody goes down, you're going to need one of these guys to step up eventually, you would imagine.
And case in point, right here, Trey Hall comes up the bottom of the pile.
Absolutely.
And he's gained more rotation as the year's gone on, partly because we've gotten a little thin at offensive line and had to adjust there. So Hall being an important part of this defensive line along with some others.
No gain on the previous play.
Hawkins keeps the ball. He's in the pocket. He lofts one downfield, and it's way over his intended receiver. No opportunity there for the receiver or defender to make a catch.
Yeah, and Kalik Boatwright had eyes on that the whole way. just way over everybody's head. And it's 3rd down and 10 now for the Pirates. Inside 2 minutes in the third quarter.
Defensive end in the game now, Lance Ramsey at one end and Tyler Buffalo on the other end. A couple of new faces. Also at linebacker
What
is
a great name for defensive end.
Kunta Jordan. Hawkins hands off right up the middle, and not much there. Trey Hall, we just mentioned him. Also Lance Ramsey getting in on the action. So that'll bring up 4th down and 7 for the Pirates. Taking their time. It's Owasso 49, Putnam City 0. Now Hawkins will look to the sideline, and they will signal in the play for him. As we approach 1 minute to go here in this third quarter. Hawkins fades back in the pocket. Here comes the Ram blitz and a loft down the field, and it's going to be interference that time.
That has to be offensive.
We'll see.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact. It was a crossing pattern down the middle of the field, deep down the field, and the Rams tried to make a play on it. But that's going to go against Owasso and will give Putnam City a first down.
Yeah, that's a tough look because Khalid Boatwright was
playing the ball,
seeking the ball right there. Nearly had the interception and about got his head ripped off.
So that'll be stepped off inside the Owasso 25-yard line down to the 22. 1st and 10. We'll call it the 23.
How about Kunta Jordan getting into the backfield
quick? I mean, he came in untouched. That helps get the ball out of the quarterback's hand.
I'd say so.
Hawkins sends it back out of the backfield. Now he'll run to the right, and he's met rudely on the right side. That's going to be Cale Pennington again.
Cale Pennington been all over the place here in the second half. And Steve, I don't think he's running the same way he was running in the first half.
No.
I mean, he's hesitating a little bit more. He's
he's been knocked around a little bit here tonight.
Absolutely. And a big workload for Marcellus Hawkins. I mean, the entire offense runs through this guy on the ground and through the air. That's a big workload when you're going up against a defense like this.
2nd down, hands the ball off this time. It's Harrison. He tries to run up the middle, and there's nothing there for him either. Trey Hall, once again.
That time a design run to the outside, and he decided to, cut it up the middle, try to get some of his losses back, and nothing there.
Braden Taylor was also in on that tackle, and we have finished 3 quarters of play. We're going to move to the 4th quarter. It's Owasso leading Putnam City 49-0. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
Jeff and Shelley Waters of Waterstone Cleaners in Owasso and Tulsa are proud supporters of Owasso Athletics. Waterstone Cleaners has served this area since 2006, and they love all things Owasso. They offer dry cleaning and full laundry service at Waterstone Cleaners. Stop by the Owasso location at the corner of 96th and Garnett. In Owasso, go Rams!
Whether you're buying or selling a home, don't trust your real estate needs to just any mom and pop company. At the Hopper Group, you get local market expertise with the backing of a worldwide network. Enjoy RE/MAX results with the Hopper Group.
Score a touchdown with Owasso Computer Repair. Whether you need computer repair, upgrades, or general cleanup, Owasso Computer Repair can assist you with all your needs. For more information, visit OwassoComputerRepair.com. Go Rams!
Fourth quarter action started with a throw out to the left side. It's Hill trying to run back into the middle. He's going to be tackled. It's going to be Braden Taylor. And possibly Pennington again. I couldn't quite make it out.
Steve's score of interest, at least a score of interest for me. The 4th-ranked Elma Comets, undefeated on the season, defeated Southwest Covenant 62-14.
Wow. 4th down for the Pirates. As they're at the Owasso 18-yard line. See if this defense can get a stop here. Hawkins waiting on the snap. Throws it over to the left side. No, almost picked off. If that ball is picked off, that is a pick 6. Out there in defense is True Thomas. And if he's able to catch that, there's no one between him and the end zone.
I'll tell you what, Steve. Hawkins phoned that one in like he was ordering a steak sandwich supreme at Del Rancho. And True Thomas was almost off to the races for about 95 yards.
Man, I hope they send you a check. Or some coupons.
Yeah, they'll take
deserve some coupons, okay?
More Miracle Whip, please.
Oh, my goodness. So the Rams will take over on downs at their own 18-yard line. Austin Havens in at quarterback. And I think we moved too quick here on the near side at receiver, so that'll back the Rams up 5 yards on a procedure call. You've got some numbers through 3 quarters.
Numbers through 3. Owasso 18 rushes for 195 yards, so still maintaining that 10-plus yards per carry. 10 of 15 through the air for 178 yards. 373 total yards for the Rams. Just 114 total yards for Putnam City. 38 rushes, 47 yards. 8 of 20 through the air for 67.
And now the Rams barked the Pirates offside, I think, and we'll get those 5 yards back.
And now our penalties through 3 quarters are now officially out of date. Owasso through 3 had 7 for 45, and Putnam City had 6 for 40. Add 5 yards each to both of those.
Cavanis in at quarterback, and he'll hand the ball off. That's to Harris off the left side, gain of about 2 on the play. Trying to see, one of the Putnam City players came up with the football, and it's going to be a turnover, Jared. The Rams fumbled the football, and Putnam City comes up with the loose ball. So the Pirates will take over 1st and 10.
And look, it's been a nice, efficient, clean night for Owasso. Obviously don't like to see that. That was one of Coach Blankenship's keys to victory. Kohler Jewelry keys to victory was no turnovers. Again, with 3 fumbles last week, 2 of them lost.
Yeah.
You don't like to see that, but again, what can you do? It's been pretty efficient tonight.
So 1st and 10 for Putnam City. Who's OSU got this week?
At West Virginia tomorrow morning. Well, a 2:30 kick.
Hawkins on the run. He's down to the 10, the 5, spins inside the 5 before he's finally brought down. So we saw some of his athleticism on that play.
And you like the fight that Hawkins has. He's not giving up. Might be the last game of his season and his career.
Yeah, and I mean, he's giving it all. He's still limping around out there, Jared. And
Steve, a score update. 3rd quarter, all tied up, Mustang and Moore.
Really?
3rd quarter, so that's a bit of a surprising score update.
Tied at
28 all.
Wow. See if Hawkins doesn't try to run this again. No, he's going to hand off to Harrison off left tackle. It's going to be a touchdown, Putnam City. So a 3-yard run by Harrison. As the Pirates get their first score of the game here tonight.
Steve, you put the ball on the turf deep inside your own territory. That's tough to recover from, and Putnam City making Owasso pay there.
By the way, if you want to hear Coach Blankenship's thoughts on tonight's game, be sure and join us for the Breakfast Club. That'll be Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. at Trails Inn Barbecue. We get to watch some film and hear some comments.
What time was that?
7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Yes. So,
not 7:30.
Because if you come in at 7:30 again, I'm going to announce to everyone that it starts at 7.
I think my alarm went off at 7 a.m. that morning.
Yeah, right. So, point after attempt is good with 9:54 to go here at our ball game. It's Owasso 49, Putnam City 7. You're listening to Ram Football here on 100.1 KYFM.
Don't let go. Look in my eyes and in my soul. Hold me close, hold me near. Please let go of all your fear. I'm not going anywhere.
Put their first score of the night on the board. It's 49-7 as the Rams will come on and receive the kickoff. Actually alluding to some of that, though, Jared, I will say this, and I know you're like the huge OSU fan, and I'm not so much, but I will say that the penalty that was handed down is just, and I don't want to get you out on a rant or anything. I won't. To me, that's just preposterous that the people that commit the crime don't get punished, sure. And the people who had absolutely nothing to do with it now, unable to participate in postseason. That kickoff stays in bounds. Rams got to get on it. They finally do, running over to the right side and trying to get away, but unable to. That's going to be Jakari Thomas. And so the Rams will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Yeah. So, but anyway, with so much going on with Kansas, Kentucky, and Duke and programs like that, and to see that come down, and I will tell you, I am a big fan of Mike Boynton. I think he has done kind of the impossible to fill the shoes and what he's done with the program. I'm excited for Porter Moser and what the future for OU. Well, but boy, those those penalties are a little out of my understanding. Cavanis will throw out to the right side. It's caught there and then thrown out of bounds. A gain of about 7 on the play.
Yeah, and I will say on that, Steve, I appreciate you saying that, first of all. I know that takes a lot of humility and guts for you to say something nice about it. But I do like the game. I like the players and all of that.
Absolutely. And fair is fair.
Sure, absolutely. And I think the most frustrating part of it is the timing of it. I mean, taking 7 months from the original appeal to say the exact same thing you were saying.
Rams handoff on the right side and a gain of maybe 1 or 2 on the play. All of this going over on the far side of the field, trying to get some names of these young men out to you. That's going to be Cooper Treptow on the carry. Cavanis in at quarterback. So anyway, I just felt like that was difficult to swallow, and I know it was for Coach Boynton and the program. And I'll just say, there should be penalties, but they penalized the wrong people.
Absolutely,
not the institution, because the guy that did it's gone. Handoff up the middle.
Good run.
Again, trying to get to the outside. He's got enough for a first down across the 35-yard line up to the 36.
Good hard run there from Cooper Treptow, the 5'9" sophomore. Getting into the varsity game, getting some good yards.
Got a lot
converting
of
the first
sophomores.
down, absolutely. State Farm agent Casey Miller, first down. Rams moving the ball to the 36-yard line. 8:15 remaining here in this ball game in the regular season.
And if it stays like this, Jared, we will be headed to Broken Arrow next Friday night to face the Tigers, which should be an interesting game, much different than the one earlier this season. Cavanis with the snap, throws out to the right side, and it's through the hands of his intended receiver, Anthony Hills.
Hills getting some playing time this season. He's got 3 receptions for 48 yards and a touchdown.
Cavanis, a 5'10", 155-pound sophomore at quarterback, and he slings it left-handed. Brings up second down on the incompletion. Now they'll bring the running back across, give him the ball, and he'll be pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 5. That's going to be Jakari Thomas once again.
Yeah, Steve, interesting stat. Owasso last year, this year, have had a really well-balanced offense. Nothing, no, incredible, outstanding numbers out there. Really a team effort. Owasso has 6 players with at least 100 rushing yards recorded this season. That doesn't include Deshaun Kennard.
Cavanis under pressure, rolls out to his left. He's looking downfield, and he lofts the ball up and out of bounds. It's caught by one of the coaches who decides to return it down the sideline.
I think that's Coach Carter Whitson right
just
there.
Just to show that he still has the form. having a little fun with his ball team here on senior night. You know, and I like that.
Absolutely.
I think that's fun.
Absolutely. Get your guys smiling a little bit.
Look at their players grinning and laughing at. You know, hey, your season's over. It's senior night. You might as well celebrate and have a good time with one another. Still a lot of great memories that'll be made here this evening. So the Rams on that incompletion, well, it was completed but out of bounds to the coach at Putnam City. And now a kick by Pennington. That punt's going to roll at about the 37. It's taken a Putnam City bounce up to the 38 where it'll be picked up there, and Pirates will take over 1st and 10. Thoughts about the Tigers next week?
Well, I know there are some people who are really looking forward to it. I know there's some people who are really not looking forward to that game.
Yeah, I know who she is. I know who you're talking about. So,
and, you know.
Again, if you want to hear about that, be sure and join the Breakfast Club.
That's right, Wednesday morning, 7 o'clock.
I may have started a little bit of that last Wednesday, but can't tell you what it is.
No, I'm excited to get the Tigers again. It's 42-3 victory that Owasso had earlier in the year. I think Broken Arrow is much improved from that Tigers team that we've seen.
Run off the right side, and the Rams make the tackle after a gain of 3 on the play.
And I know, you know, athletic director Steve Dunn and his whole staff, they do a great job.
Yeah.
That's just one thing, you know, that you see, especially over on the east side, that programs do really well. It's a great game day experience.
Yeah.
A nice facility over there.
Right.
You can just take take Baseline Road all the way up through Catoosa down into Broken Arrow. It's a beautiful drive. If you don't want to take the highways. And they have pizza in the press box, so that's a plus.
Yeah, they're very hospitable.
They are.
So 2nd down and 8 at the Putnam City 41-yard line. Hawkins back in the pocket. He's going to throw over the middle, and it's going to be caught by his receiver.
A nice catch over the middle in coverage.
Kunta Jordan in on the tackle. I believe the receiver is Ethan Scott.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be called back on a penalty.
Yep, they're going to mark it off against the Pirates, and that'll back them up.
But no, Steve, you're talking about next week. You know, the playoffs. It's a different season. You've got to go 1-0. That's when the real season starts, and I really feel good about where Owasso is right now and how we are kind of getting in stride these last couple of games. We've looked incredibly efficient.
Yeah.
You know, got to shore up a couple of things, some ball security, not putting the ball on the turf, but I feel really good about where we're at.
Here's a run to the left side, and Kunta Jordan can't quite make the tackle. Turning upfield is Harrison. And we got another flag on the play. What's our total flags here tonight, Rob? Are we in? Have we hit 20 yet? What's our record here at Putnam City? I think it's 24, wasn't it? Yeah.
Wow.
So Putnam City 9 for 60, Owasso 9 for 65.
So 18 total penalties here in the game so far here tonight. Laundry on the field. But that game we did before was a 24 penalty night. That backs Putnam City up to their own 29-yard line where it'll be 2nd and 20. Hawkins in the pocket, rolls out to his right, looking downfield, and finally just throws it into the ground. And Jared, he's just not right, because after he did that, he just took about 3 or 4 steps gingerly on that left leg.
Yeah, he's had it's been a physical game for Marcellus Hawkins, and again, you know, I'd be curious to see how many times he's rushed the ball, how many times he's thrown the ball. It's been all Marcellus Hawkins tonight for the Putnam City Pirates, and you got to tip your hat to the kid. I mean, he's fighting so hard, you know, trying to move his team down the field.
I mean, he's a guy you want on your team.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good size.
Yeah. That's about the 4th pass he's had to throw straight into the ground to avoid the sack. Now he'll go back in the pocket, and he'll loft one up, but over his receiver's head as he takes a shot by this Ram defense. Lance Ramsey was in there along with Kunta Jordan again, so Hawkins has just faced all kinds of pressure all night long. He's going to need a jacuzzi after this one tonight.
No doubt. And see, one thing coming into this game, Owasso's defense has had 47 quarterback hurries and 15 sacks on the season. So that goes to show you how physical, how powerful, and how quick Owasso's front line is.
So Joseph Cervantes will go back for the punt. This has been exciting tonight. See if they can get it to him. And it's a good snap that time and a nice punt.
A really nice punt.
Yeah, drives Pennington back to the 30-yard line. He splits the defenders before he's tackled at about the 36-yard line, where the Rams will take over 1st and 10, and we got more laundry on the field. So we did hit 20 penalties tonight. We're not going to go home shy of that.
You don't see a linebacker returning punts very often, so props to Kel Pennington there.
It's going to go against the Rams. It appears to be a block in the back. 4:36 to go here in our ball game.
Owasso offense comes back onto the field to talk about how balanced this Owasso offense has been this year. 2,700 passing yards coming into this game, about 1,600 rushing yards. Steve, 17 yards per completion for Owasso quarterbacks and receivers. That's efficiency.
And that's what you want to see when you're headed into the playoffs. Cavanis at quarterback hands the ball off up the middle, but tackled immediately is Philip Triner. Triner comes up a little bit slow.
Start thinking about our offensive and defensive players of the game. I know offensively in the first half, Mason Willingham very efficient, 9 of 13, 143 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jeray Austin, a great game, 3 touchdowns on the night so far.
Hard to ignore that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have to take a look there. And then on the defensive side of the ball, take your pick. I mean, it's been a great game by Owasso's defense.
Cavanis fakes the hands off, tries to go back and hit his receiver and can't connect there. That was intended for, I believe, Carter Kaufman.
Right, the 5'9", 180 tight end, sophomore. Tell you what, we've got 40 freshmen on the sidelines. I don't think they're padded up, but they may start switching. Hey, give me those shoulder pads. Put me in.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 10. Clock continues to roll under 3.5 minutes here. Cavanis brings his receiver across, hands the ball off up the middle, and trying to break it to the left side is Triner again, but he's going to be tackled there. Actually, that's Harris on the carry, and so the Rams will be forced to punt.
Also have to mention, again, Steve, Deshaun Kennard, 2 touchdowns on the night, his first 2 of the season. Again, great to see him get back into action and really, had an effective night running the football.
Pennington gets the punt away and gets a great roll. It's going to be picked up at the 35 and run out of bounds at the 40-yard line, where Putnam City will take over 1st and 10, and we have our 21st flag of the night.
I think this one might be on Putnam City, maybe a block in the back.
I say we just decline it and go on.
Let's just move on.
Yeah.
2:49 remaining in this ball game. Stay tuned for our post-game show. Get our first Bank of Owasso final score, and as always, the Maori Funeral Service's final word.
Very important.
That's right. I know you have a monologue ready for that.
Get that thought in there. Let me get let me get my legal pad out here for that one. So Putnam City will bring their offense back out onto the field, possibly their final series on the season. Hawkins hands the ball off. Harrison breaks to the outside. He's got some room across the 40. Tries to hurdle 2 or 3 Rams, and he's finally brought down at the 46-yard line.
Good run, gain of 13 yards. And see, that's about the first time bouncing outside has worked for him.
Harrison's carried the load tonight in the backfield for this Pirate offense. 1st and 10 at the Putnam City 46-yard line. Hawkins pitches out to his left. Harrison again trying to get to the outside, able to break the edge. Actually cut it back inside. Gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 4. Clock continues to roll.
Steve, was there at Del Rancho in Broken Arrow?
Not to my knowledge.
That's too bad.
I've never been there.
Oh, you're missing out.
Yeah. Handoff up the middle, and several Rams in on the play.
Yeah, good job to stop him just short of the first down marker.
Lance Ramsey in on the tackle again, along with Bradley Hernandez. Again, the handoff up the middle, but Harrison tries to break to the outside, and the Rams are just too quick as they run him out of bounds. He'll be knocked out of bounds hard. Initial tackle was missed there by Larrett Brown, but he got some help from his cornerback, Lyric Wheeler.
Yeah, Lyric Wheeler, big hit there, push him out of bounds.
Again, that looked close to being out of bounds.
Hey,
but
play to the whistle.
That's right. 2nd and 10 at the Owasso 41-yard line. Hawkins runs to his right, and he'll just run it out of bounds.
You're right, Steve. He's limping.
Yeah.
Hard.
I mean, he's trying to run out to the right, and here at the sideline, Jared, are 5 white shirts. There's just nowhere for him.
Waiting on him.
Nowhere for him to be able to run. Fortunately, though, that run out of bounds will stop the clock at 1:13. Hawkins with the snap, hands off to Harrison, just the run up the middle. He stiff arms the defender, and then he's going to be rolled out of bounds. Tackle made by Mark Mann.
How about this, Steve? A flag on the play. And that play took all of 2 seconds off the clock.
Wow, he ran fast. So, okay.
That kind of speed all night.
Yeah. Let's see what the penalty is. It looks like it's going to go, well, he finally turned to the Owasso side, and he'll mark this off to the Ram 28-yard line. 1st and 10, Pirates.
Steve, Rams looking to improve to 8-0 all-time against Putnam City School District, and 34-2 against Westside schools under Coach Bill Blankenship. That's a pretty good clip.
That is amazing. Hawkins with the snap. The quick pitch in front, and tackled at the 26-yard line. Weimer in on the tackle again with Edelman, Hernandez, and Taylor. So these guys have gotten about a quarter and a half of solid varsity play.
For sure, absolutely. We get down to under 30 seconds to play here in this regular season.
Hawkins looking to throw it over toward the left corner. Nice throw, and pass falls incomplete. They stopped the clock?
They did. Pretty good. I know. Pretty good coverage there by Khalid Boatwright. Able to keep him inside. Turned at the right time to seek out the ball. But was never able to let the receiver go and get it.
Referee's telling the 2 players to get up here on the sideline. They're inside the 25-yard line. You can't do that in high school. Hawkins with the snap. Going to try to pass again. He's going to go deep. Ball is tipped up.
Intercepted.
And it's caught by the Rams. Running the other way. It's Big Weimer. He makes the tackle. Weimer to the 30, the 20, the 10.
Big man
touchdown.
Is going nuts.
The Owasso sideline is going crazy. They're coming out onto the field, probably going to get a flag, and I can promise you nobody cares because the big man was rumbling, stumbling, fumbling, going downfield and scores. 5 seconds left on the clock on the interception. Brett Weimer, the senior defensive lineman, scores for the Rams.
As the flag comes out, like you said,
what?
Steve, his second takeaway tonight. Career game for Brett Weimer.
I'm telling you what, that's going to be a fun bus ride home for every player on that Owasso sideline.
I'll tell you what, we've had a lot of exciting.
And he broke a tackle.
Yeah, he did.
I thought he was going to be tripped up at the 40. He stepped out of it.
He did. It was fantastic. We've had a lot of exciting Hopper Group touchdowns here this season, Steve. 5 seconds remaining in the regular season of action. That was the most exciting Hopper Group touchdown we've seen all season long.
Absolutely. 73-yard interception, return for a touchdown. Folks, that one's going to be worth going back and looking at the Owasso Sports Network and replaying that for your friends.
I don't know about the call on our end, but my goodness, that was awesome. Give him the Piesman.
And the kick is up for the extra point. It is good. And that will increase the Ram lead to 56-7. We'll take a 30-second timeout and come back for the final 5 seconds of the ball game. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
Mediterranean Cafe, our goal is to serve you a fresh, healthy, homemade meal at an affordable price every time. We make over 100 menu items from scratch each day. Nothing frozen, nothing from a box, and we don't fry anything. Our menu is full of healthy options including vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free. Dine in, pick up, or experience our full-service catering delivered to your home, office, or event. Tzatziki's is locally owned and operated. Come see us.
Welcome back to Putnam City, where you just thought all the excitement was gone, but these young guys said, hey, we're still here to play. And it's Brett Weimer with a 73-yard touchdown return for the Owasso Rams. Hawkins was under pressure, got hit as he tried to throw the ball up, and it basically just landed in the hands of the big defensive lineman, senior defensive lineman, and he returns it 73-yard, breaking a tackle on the way. It wasn't like it was clear. He had to make a path. As the Rams will kick this off, and Putnam City lets it go out of bounds.
Of course they do.
And so
we'll have one more play
sure
here.
Coach Whitson will. Now they're going to say run the clock and run it out. And that's exactly what they do, as Owasso will improve to 8-2 on the season as they head into the playoffs with a victory here tonight at Putnam City, 56-7. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back and look at the numbers and some final comments. You're listening to Ram Football here on your Owasso Sports Network.
I started Folds of Honor above my garage 13 years ago because 90% of spouses and children of killed or disabled U.S. service members receive no federal education assistance. Our mission has never wavered. We honor their sacrifices by educating their legacy.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to you, I will be a construction engineer.
An elementary school teacher. Thank you for helping me fulfill my dream of going to med school.
We're able to award these scholarships because patriots like you refuse to turn your back on the cost of freedom. Join the Folds of Honor Squadron today. Your $13 a month will help ensure we never turn military families away. This is your call to duty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to people like you, I know my dad is not forgotten.
As Owasso's hometown community bank, First Bank of Owasso is a proud supporter of the Owasso Rams. Nearly 30% of its employees are Owasso High School alumni, and they are ready to serve you and your banking needs. First Bank of Owasso is in Owasso, for Owasso, and has been since 1962. First Bank of Owasso, member FDIC.
Tulsa Bone and Joint Owasso is proud to support the Owasso Rams. Our trained orthopedic physicians and athletic trainers will be on the sidelines in case you need us. With an office conveniently located inside the St. John Owasso Physician Building, Tulsa Bone and Joint physicians and physical therapists are nearby to serve you and your family. We wish the Owasso Rams a safe and successful football season. Tulsa Bone and Joint Owasso, moving life forward. Hello, Ram Nation. This is Coach Blankenship. We're proud to have a winning tradition here in Owasso, both on the field and off. And as we strive for excellence, our partners at Jim Glover Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat strive for excellence also. And that's why they're this year's Dealerator's Dealer of the Year. With the region's only Jeep showcase store, Jim Glover Jeep focused specifically on the Jeep lifestyle. So if you're in the market for a Jeep, there's only one place to go, and that's Jim Glover here in Owasso. Don't forget, they can customize your Jeep to fit your lifestyle. Tell them Coach B sent you.
Ascension St. John ER care teams are here for you, with strong safety measures in place to protect you and your family. If you have concerns about a heart attack, stroke, difficulty breathing, or a severe mental health condition, don't delay care. Go directly to the ER or call 911. Delaying care could make your condition worse and make it more difficult to recover. Ascension St. John Emergency Care is available 24/7. Find a location at getstjohncare.com.
Welcome back to the Christian Brothers Automotive Broadcast booth as we bring you the First Bank of Owasso final score here from Pirates Stadium in Oklahoma City. The Owasso Rams take it tonight over the Putnam City Pirates 56-7. And Steve, that is our First Bank of Owasso final score. First Bank of Owasso is the bank you can believe in, thanks to D. Sokolowski and First Bank of Owasso for their support of the Owasso Sports Network and Owasso Ram Athletics. Steve, probably the most exciting 49-point victory you'll ever see.
Yeah, a lot of fun tonight to get all these kids in, and we really saw some exciting plays. You know, normally you just come in and try to run the clock out, but Jared, a lot of fun for these young guys coming up, and that's kind of got to stir up the excitement for them.
Absolutely.
I mean, the season's not over, but those kids got to be even more excited for their future.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns right off the bat into the second half, and that brought a lot of those second-string, third-string guys into the ballgame for the majority of the second half and really held up well. Very talented quarterback in Marcellus Hawkins, has run all over people this year, and they held him to 7 points. And the Pirates' offense to 7 points, so really good job by the Owasso Rams second and third teamers to come into this game. And that brings us to our play of the game, brought to you by Owasso First Assembly of God. We had some candidates until about 5 seconds left in the ball game, and that took the cake for us.
Well, I mean, we're just sitting here thinking we're going to call this one out, and then Brett Weimer, who had a fumble recovery earlier in the second half, kind of finds the football in the air and grabs it and takes off running. 73-yard interception returned for a touchdown, and we're going to go ahead and give it to the big senior defensive lineman, Brett Weimer, or the play of the game for what he did on that play there, because one of the things you rarely see in football is a D lineman return an interception for a touchdown.
Oh, absolutely.
And I tell you what, Jared, we'll talk about this at breakfast. How fun was it to see all the team engaged on that far sideline run out onto the field? And I'm sure that's one time where Coach Blankenship's saying, go get him.
No doubt.
You got a penalty on the play, but
we'll
you're
take
like,
it.
yeah, but 5 seconds left. It was just fun to see the whole team celebrate that with Weimer there at the end.
And I tell you what, Steve, the actual interception, the catch, was probably the least impressive part of what he did on that play. He was high-stepping out of tackles.
Right.
It was unbelievable. He had speed. He had
blockers.
Mobility. He had blockers. It was beautiful. It was exactly what you want out of a big man touchdown. We got it all. It was
I'm going to go back and watch it because I'm not sure I saw everything I needed to see on that play.
We got to go back and listen to our call, too, and make sure we didn't say anything we weren't supposed to say. But that was our play of the game. Brett Weimer's 73-yard interception returned for a touchdown. That's brought to you by Owasso First Assembly of God. Visit Pastors Bruce and Janet McCarty every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. at Owasso First Assembly of God, just south of CVS on 96th Street and 129th East Avenue. Now, Steve, do you want to get into players of the game first? You want to get into final statistics? Your call.
I tell you what, let's look at some of the final stats, and then we'll get into our offensive and defensive players of the game. For the Rams tonight, 24 carries on the night for 205 yards, 185 yards through the air. It was Owasso quarterbacks 11 of 19 for a total yardage in the game, 390 yards. On the other side for Putnam City, 170 yards rushing in the game on 49 carries, but a lot of that coming in kind of cleanup duty there at the end. Only 67 yards in the air passing, most of that by Hawkins, 8 of 28 on the night. The 2 interceptions, including the aforementioned interception that was returned for a touchdown. The Rams did lose a fumble here tonight, no interceptions. On the other side, the 2 interceptions for the Pirates, 1 lost fumble as well. A lot of penalties in this ball game. We finished with 21, 11 for the Rams for 80 yards, 10 for Putnam City for 70 yards. Time of possession, this is surprising if you don't know how Owasso scores during a game. 33 minutes and 50 seconds of time of possession for Putnam City. Only 14 minutes and 10 seconds for the Rams. A lot of that just because they score so fast.
Right, absolutely.
That quick strike ability, and that is reflected in time of possession. Only 5 third downs in the game, and the Rams able to convert 3 of those, and yet held Putnam City for 1 of 15 on third down, even though Putnam City did convert 5 of 6 on fourth down. Didn't really come into play here in tonight's game. Looking at the individual statistics for the Pirates, Harrison with 22 carries for 75 yards, Hawkins with 19 carries for 83 yards. Harrison with the lone touchdown for the Pirates here tonight. Hawkins was 8 of 26 with 2 interceptions for 67 yards. Primary receiver was Harrison out of the backfield most of the evening, 5 receptions for 21 yards, and Hill 4 receptions, the big one, for 43 yards. For the Rams, they really spread the love around here. It was Overstreet with 5 carries for 67 yards. Austin, 2 carries for 33 yards and a touchdown. Harris with 3 carries and a 19-yard touchdown run. Kennard had 4 carries for 36 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mason Willingham was 9 of 14 through the air for 143 yards, 3 touchdown passes in the game. Havens was 1 of 1 for 35 yards. And then the receiving corps for Owasso, Jeray Austin with 2 receptions for 79 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ronnie Thomas, 2 receptions for 15 yards. So again, Jared, it kind of reflects what you've alluded to a couple of times. Ronnie Thomas was very active last week. This week, it's Jeray Austin who makes a little bit more noise with the 2 touchdowns. This is a bit surprising here. Cole Adams with only 2 receptions for 41 yards. Expect a big game from him next week. I'm just going to say.
That's right.
He won't like that.
No. So, that's right.
And we don't either.
No.
Keelan Carney with 2 receptions for 28 yards and 1 touchdown, and Kennard a reception for 14 yards. I mean, the numbers really just completely dominated by Owasso. 390 total yards in the game for the Rams.
And Steve, I want to go back really quickly to the ground game for the Rams. 205 yards tonight on just 24 rushes, so just under 10 yards a carry. Averaging 176 yards per game on the ground, so just above what they average on the season. But the point I want to make is, Steve, in 10 games this season, Owasso individually has had 1 100-yard rusher. That's how impressive their ground game is and how well they can spread it out. I mean, I think Derek Overstreet was our leading rusher tonight with 67 yards. Is that right?
That is correct.
So just,
and then you have Kennard with 4 carries and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's right. So, just doing a really good job of spreading the ball around. Everybody's keyed in on the receivers, obviously. Adams, Thomas, and Carney coming into this game, just the 3 of them have combined for 2,500 yards and 29 touchdowns this season. Guess what? They weren't even the show tonight. It was Jeray Austin who had 2 touchdowns through the air and then 1 on the ground as well. So just spreading the love tonight. That brings us to our offensive player of the game. Steve, who do you have for tonight's offensive player of the game?
Well, I think we got to go with Jeray Austin. He had 3 touchdowns in the game tonight, all of that in the first half. 48-yard touchdown reception, 28-yard touchdown reception, and then just a 24-yard touchdown run. And, we get that big lead. You're not going to see him much after that. So we're going to go with Jeray Austin as our offensive player of the game here tonight.
Defensive player of the game brought to you by Wings to Go.
Well, we're kind of split on that a little bit. We're not going to go with one of the typical starters.
Well, let's talk through this. So Jake Gillespie, first half, had a phenomenal first half. He was flying all over the field.
Yeah.
Kel Pennington comes in, second half, he's the guy in the second half. I mean, I don't know, 7, 8 tackles at least in the second half.
Yeah.
And then you've got obviously
Brett Weimer?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Weimer.
You've got Brett Weimer who gets the 2 turnovers. Sorry, I had
That's
a blank
okay.
for a second. Who has the 2 turnovers. So really, you can give it to any of those 3 guys.
Yeah, and, I think, Jared, what we're going to do here tonight, we're going to go with Brett Weimer because the guy on defense has 2 turnovers, returns the interception, but the spark in a what was a 49-7 ball game, and you don't expect a spark after that. He gave that offense a spark, and I'm telling you, they're going to celebrate that on the buses on the way home, and they're going to celebrate that when they watch film over the weekend. So, Brett Weimer, congratulations. You came in tonight, and you end up being our defensive player of the game.
And again, you can catch that play and many more on Wednesday morning at Trails Inn Barbecue. It's Chalk Talk with Coach Bill Blankenship, 7 a.m. I went this last Wednesday. You're there every week, and it's really a great time to chat with Coach Blankenship about the previous week's game, really break down the film, which it was really intuitive and really you're able to get a good opportunity to see how Coach analyzes the film, and obviously looking forward to a big one next week.
And he's very transparent, and you can ask him questions, and he'll tell you why he's going to do something or why your question is invalid, whatever. Maybe I'm the only one he said that to. I asked him if he wanted me to call plays, and so far he's denied that. But it's a fun time if you want to know more about Owasso football.
Congratulations to Brett Weimer, our defensive player of the game, brought to you by Wings to Go in Owasso. Grab your post-game snack at Wings to Go in Owasso, located at the Waterford Plaza on 96th Street and 129th East Avenue. And that brings us to the always entertaining Maori Funeral Service final word.
Well, and really just 2 quick thoughts, Jared. Number one, like what the Rams did coming in here tonight, you know where you're going, you know where you are. It would have been easy to come in here tonight and not been focused, been relaxed, and not execute. But we saw the Rams very effective on offense, defense, and in special teams. So I would start with, I like where we are. I like what we're doing, and I'm excited to be able to watch this team go into the playoffs starting next week at Broken Arrow. As far as we know, starters came out of the game pretty healthy. That's always number one, the thing you want to do. Got some backups that got some more experience in case we do have a situation where we need to bring somebody in. At least we know what level of confidence we're going to have instead of just the unknown. So really, like seeing the Rams go into the playoffs with this kind of momentum. And again, like you stated in the pregame, I like this ball club. Coach Blankenship likes this ball club. We know it's a ball club that is capable of going the distance and taking care of business. But you got to go 1-0 next week, and we're going to find out next Friday night in Broken Arrow.
56-7, your final score here from Pirates Stadium in War Acres, Oklahoma. The Rams take it over the Pirates of Putnam City High School. We are back in action next Friday night. The real season begins. It is week 1 of the playoffs. The Rams will travel to Broken Arrow for a big one against their crosstown rivals, the Tigers. And we will bring you that action. We're assuming a 7 o'clock kick. So
yes.
Stay tuned to Owasso Athletics on Twitter, owassoathletics.com, and get that information there. Steve, close that out for us here tonight.
Well, we want to thank Dave back in the studio for doing such a great job in production, and certainly Rob Williams helping us out with the stats here tonight. He was busy, a lot of yardage going on and a lot of flags as well. And as always, Brock Crawford and his crew doing a great job with the streaming. You can go back to YouTube and pull it up on Owasso Sports Network and watch that again. And of course, for my wingman, Jared Gallagher, always a good time. Had a lot of fun this season. Looking forward to some more fun. We hope you'll join us. I'm Steve Mallory. You've been listening to Owasso Ram Football right here on your Owasso